The classiest place on earth. Good time zone to you, my loves. How the fuck is everybody today? Good morning, Mosley. How are you? Turn that the fuck down. Listen.
Right. Basically. Help!
I love them. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my stream. My name is ClassyKatie, and it's wonderful to see all of you. Good fucking time zone. I don't even know if it's morning anymore. My jaw hurts. So I'm going to try not to open my mouth too much today. I'm going to be talking like this. But we're going to do our best. The latest, I see all of your Gizmo experiences because I live on social media. Yes, I did. He is a precious being and I would die for him. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so, you don't even know. Good coffee, man. Good coffee. Monkey Jesus, oh my god, how are you? Oh my god, I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. How the fuck are you? Oh. When one doesn't have pockets, one makes do. I'm an idiot. Metal Jazz just resubscribed to the channel. Bitches. Metal Jazz just resubbed to the channel for fucking 17 months with a Prime sub. Thank you for those Bezos bucks. He's too rich. Robin Insomniac with 8 months. Dude.
Fucking hail the Tank Lord.
David, good morning. Thank you from the bottom of my soul for painting my face. You make me look so much prettier than I feel. Thank you so much for that. That was like such a beautiful thing to wake up to today. Do I know anything about Abilify? Nothing. Nope. I did see a funny meme today that said, Christmas shop for yourself, Ambien and Amazon. That made me laugh. No, does anyone know anything about Abilify? Is that the drug they gave you? Is it a SSRI? The comment, what's the actual name? What's the, you know, like, I take Lexapro, but it's actually called escitalopram. What is it called? Like, what's the name? It's my internet. Dude, we've been in the most torrential windstorms lately. Like, it's been wild. Like, we've been on the news. Colorado's been on the news for this wind we have. It literally it picked up and blew over like a 40+ pound stone table outside the other day. My internet has been shot, and every single time the Wi-Fi restarts, my phone disconnects. It's a nightmare. So I apologize if anyone's trying to get a hold of me. We've been living in a very strange weather pattern lately. Hello, Silverheart. How are you? It's a ripiprazole. Yeah, so it's an SSRI. Escitalopram is the only reason I function as a human, really. Like, I'd love to say it's natural, but it's not. It's Take Your Joy, by the way. If you haven't taken your Joy today, I'll take my other one. Mark, good morning. How are you? Did you sleep well? A ripiprazole. That's a strange name to say. The only downside to escitalopram, Mel, is for a lot of guys it doesn't work, and it makes it so they can't get hard. So their dicks are just like pushing rope forever. And I personally think a healthy sex life and sexual performance is part of mental health. For me, anyways, I could not exist as a human if I couldn't get off. Like, I'd go crazy. It does kind of sound like an obscure Italian delicacy. It does. I'm on fluoxetine, a ripiprazole, Ambien, and just got prescribed Lamictal. What is Lamictal? Oh my god. So, Acidius, you just reminded me of this, but you have no idea. I found my tarot cards. Like, the ones that I got when I was 12 years old from a witch in Salem, Massachusetts. Who knows if it was legit, but it was pretty special to me as a 12-year-old. I found them hidden in this bookshelf. They were in this bottom box right here behind all the books. No fucking clue how, why, when. No idea. But I've quite literally had these since I was 12 years old, and I was heartbroken that they went missing because I don't leave the house with them. There's no way they'd be gone. So I'm so happy. I just thought I'd share that with you guys. I know, Monkey, like, I know you guys have internet issues too, but mine's been, I mean, it's a joke. I hate it. I'm so sorry you have to deal with it either. You're one of a kind, so you have to define your own normal. Amen. I think everybody should define your own normal, really. And don't let anyone make you feel bad for your normal. Shut up, BDO. Oh my God, I know where I'm going after work. What up, Name Mills? How are you? Nameless. Name Mills? Katie. I can read. Nameless, how are you? Dude, Silverheart, this is like, so story time. My family's from New York, my dad's side. And so when I was in 8th grade, I got expelled because I went to school wasted. I'm an idiot. I still don't know why I did it. But my mom was like, I can't let you out of my sight, and I don't want you hanging out with anybody in town, because she thought like the townies were I was the bad influence, just FYI, if anybody hadn't picked that up yet. But she thought they were my bad influence. So she flew me out to New York for a summer, which was super cool. But I got to go to Massachusetts, and I went to Salem, and I had my tarot read by a witch, and he picked out a tarot deck for me. I don't know if it's legit. I think there's blood on this tarot deck. But it doesn't matter. It's very special and very old. Like, this is old as fuck. I've had this thing. This has gone so many places. So I was pretty fucking stoked when I found it. Lamictal is lamotrigine anti-epileptic. Oh my God, did I not know you had epilepsy? They show up when they want to be read. I don't think I'd want to read tarot this year or until COVID's over. Like, what a terrible time. What a terrible time. What a terrible time. This is true. My cards found me, because I swear I gutted my house looking for these. I gutted that whole bookshelf looking for these, and they were not there. And now they're there. I'm just saying. Amazing. Dude, Wobbly Acid Boy with 9 months.
I shall feast upon our fetus. Thank you for that resub. And Cocky, you silly fuck. Thank you for the resub, motherfucker! Ow. I can't do that.
What a terrible time. It's just a new theory. I'm having an EEG this weekend. Oh, shit. Well, Asidious, I hope everything goes well. I'm not going to pry into your personal life, but for fuck's sake, I hope everything's okay. For 22 years, Phoenix, this one, so I'm 33. What is that? 21 years. Almost the same age. Pretty cool. You made your perception check? I guess. Well, I found them a couple days ago, to be honest. I just completely forgot to even tell you guys because, you know, me, ADD. Please, 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 can we hang out? Yes, please. Yes, absolutely. The best place for DMs right now is Twitter. It doesn't always give me a notification, but at least they're there. Dude, Asidious actually reminded me of it because I was gifted a beautiful tarot deck. I have the tarot deck, the Guillermo Del Toro tarot deck, which is fucking gorgeous because I lost these. And so now I have 2, and both were gifted to me, which is the way tarot decks are supposed to be. I am not reading tarot today because my mouth fucking hurts, and tarot is just talking. And I gotta be careful with my jaw. My jaw still hurts a little bit, but it only hurts if I open my mouth to a certain extent, like past right there. So I don't want to do that right now. I gotta get my jaw better. While the panini is going on, the future. Wait. While the panini is going on, the future doesn't exist. I agree. I mean, I don't want to know it. Pardon me. Really. The Art of the Del Toro. Yeah, let me grab them. I can see them. They're right up on a shelf. Welcome to the castle. The Del Toro deck. Pyro, 7 fucking months. How even? Life, I mean, time didn't mean anything, and then COVID hit. Now time really means nothing.
Bitch, thank you for 7 months in a row, you silly fuck. I love you.
Toss the bones, I know, right? It doesn't hurt unless I open my mouth to this certain point. Like right now, it's totally fine. And if I keep my mouth shut when I talk, like kind of talk like a fucking Republican or something, I don't know. It doesn't hurt. It's only when I like yawn, basically. Like stretch my jaw. And I can feel it. It's definitely the tendon of my jaw right here. Like I played with it all night. I was trying to figure out like what the fuck's going on, you know? It's definitely the tendon. Honestly, like I think I just stress clenched my jaw for an entire day. Super sad news. Don't want to bring anyone down, but my cousin did die of COVID the other day. He passed away on the ventilator. get a COVID test? Why? Oh God, what happened? Why? No. It's the worst. It is the worst. Like, you want to go yawn and it's just pain, but so a cousin of my dear cousin David, aka, well, it's my mom's brother. They were raised together, so she considers him her brother, but he's biologically my cousin. And he was an anti-vaxxer. Like, he's heavily religious. Him and his wife are very, very Catholic. As you know, most of my family is very religious and very Irish Catholic. And he stood on his morals and fucking died on a ventilator, multiple organ failure, and his wife still won't get vaxxed. And so the day before yesterday, I was on the phone with my mom a lot, talking to her about it. And I think I just like subconsciously just raked my jaw for a whole day because there was nothing wrong. And then the next morning I woke up and I went to yawn and it was like just pain on this side. Morals. Yeah. It's so easy to save your own life right now. Nobody is in the hospital dying of COVID who is vaccinated. That is a fact. Take that and do with it what you will. Elwood, you silly bitch. Thank you for the resub and the Prime Bezos bucks. I love you. I was gonna show you guys some of the art on this Del Toro deck because it's real pretty. So, Ace of Blades. These are the swords, but they're the blades. Cards. They're real pretty. Look at that. Yeah, they're gorgeous. The art is fucking fabulous. I mean, they're beautiful. It's very, very Del Toro themed. And you know what's really cool? Actually, his mom was a witch who read tarot. And he tried to read tarot one time, and it came out really bad, and he got scared and never did it again.
I'm gay.
Fullhammer_419 tipped $5. CK, I graduated from a Christian college and they recently sent an email to alumni where they offered to pay part of our student debt if one of us won an Old Testament themed scavenger hunt. Could you and chat help me collect 100 foreskins by Christmas, you woo?
What? That is so many foreskins, though. Yes, my mom is get fucking vaxxed. Like, she's at the point where she's laughing out of sadness. My mom's going crazy. Like, my mom is a very empathetic human being. I have never seen her laugh at pain and distress before, but she starts to giggle because she doesn't know what else to do. Like, it's kind of scary. She's losing her. She's retiring this January. Think fuck, but my mom's literally losing her mind. You can only be asked for ivermectin so many times. Steve-O fucking just dropped a 10 sub gift bomb on chat. What the fuck? Thank you so much for gifting 10 subs in the chat. Jesus God. Bolt V, Dunpeel Hunter, Out of Control, Pendragon, Wreck Games, Ichi, Smiler Coffee Addict, Uncanny Yandy, Veggie Power Up, and Gia. You are all boas to the highest order. Please go. Bitch! Please go forth and be consensual in every way. You have activated a hype train, which is just a way to get free emotes from chat. I am speaking, and that's rude. What the frick shit? I gotta scroll up chat.
Right. Basically, help. Help.
It's so much better than I thought it would be. Glut just gifted a fucking sub to Xander Prime. Gluttony, you sick fuck. Thank you so much. What the fuck? Cocky with the 420. We should cheers. I gave my bong the best clean I could without cleaner, and I loaded a new bowl. I'm ready. Bitches, stop. Pyroblade just gifted 5 subs in the chat. Pyro, thank you so much for attacking ads with the will that you do. Good morning, my wife, Veggie. How are you, love? Absolute Valentine, Unrealistic Fox, Lil Walsh, Charzem, and Kez Mick the Falf. What? Okay, you have to explain your username. Thank you for being here today to accept these wings upon your anus. Please go forth and be consensual in every way because nothing is consensual. Nothing is sexier than pure consent. Jesus fuck. David just gifted 5 subs in the chat. David, you already gave me such a beautiful gift today of that painting. Thank you so much. I'm trying not to open my mouth. Like, this is hard. Jesus. Biff Vizgl, 2 fresh lemons, cornthark, sea brew, and soul pass unknown. You have to pay the troll toll to get this old boy's soul or whatever. Thank you so much. Bitches, stop it! Ow. Thank you for being here today to accept these wings upon your anus. Go forth and be consensual in every way. Jesus fucking cock. Fuck. Pendragon just gifted a sub in the channel. Benny1666.
Hail Satan, first off. Secondly, enjoy your emotes, be consensual in every way, and thank you.
Mumvin just gifted 5 subs in the channel. Mumvin, thank you, you rude bitch. Regira, or Regira? I hope I'm saying your name right. I want to say vagina so bad. Bat Penguin, TC Miles, Sienna, and Mouthwash Gargler. You're all bow wizards the highest order. Did you know that mouthwash is technically floor cleaner? Wow. Thank you for the fuck. What the fuck? Lorelai and the bits. Thank you so fucking much for all of that. Wasn't that painting fucking. I mean, David. I look at paintings. I look at that painting he did of me, and I feel like it looks so beautiful, but I don't feel beautiful. I don't know how he does it. He's amazing. Thank you so much for all the gifted subs. Shall we cheers? Yeah. So Guillermo Del Toro, he did Pan's Labyrinth. He's an amazing, amazing film person. And the cards are themed after a lot of his movies he's done, which are very dark fantasy kind of. If I'm trying to think of another one that would like fit the style that I'm thinking of. What's another Del Toro movie that is? I'm just blanking. He's amazing. I'm just blanking for some reason. I love that.
Right. Basically.
Help. Hellboy. Hellboy's another one. Devil's Backbone, The Shape of Water. Oh my god, Shape of Water is a really good movie if you haven't seen it. Holy crap. Snakebit with the fucking 4 months.
Bitch, thank you for that resub.
Judy. Thank you. I did my makeup exactly as it was yesterday because I was so pissed. I did really pretty makeup on my eyes yesterday and couldn't stream because I couldn't speak. I was angry. Judy, thank you so much for the 13 months.
You silly fuck.
Thank you, Crimson Peak. Crimson Peak was okay. It was all right. The whole incestuous fucking was a bit for me. That was a bit for me. Orphan, he does a lot of like supernatural kind of. I wouldn't call it horror. It's not like horror. It's like macabre, maybe is a better word for it. It's great. He's amazing. The deck is gorgeous. That's the cover of the cards. They're so beautiful. But I just watched an interview of him, and he said his mom reads tarot, and when he was a kid, she tried to teach him, and he read a terrible deck and never read again because he was so scared, which was kind of funny. I definitely have read a bad tarot before. Judy, thank you for being amazing. Thank you all for the level 4 hype train. If you don't know what a hype train is, literally, you just get free emotes from Twitch. And in order for me to give you another emote, I need like 2,000 sub points, which is never going to happen. So this is it. Enjoy. Hellboy 2. I don't know if he did Hellboy 1 or not. I don't remember. But regardless, he's fantastic. I haven't read the cards yet, though, because I had to like prepare them. And then I just have not been in the mood because everything is sad. Everyone's tarot is going to be bad. Like the world is just so full of negative energy. Judy just gifted a sub to Jeffrey. Jeffrey Star, use a bow wizard of the highest order. Go forth and be consensual in every way. We're officially in a level 5 hype train. What the fuck? Thank you. Thank you. Bitch. Thank you for the bits, Weave. It also comes with a really cool book. So I'm not selling this. I get nothing. This was gifted to me, but the book has how to read a tarot deck if you don't know how to read a tarot deck. It talks about the like the swords versus the cups versus the wands versus the whatever. If you're unfamiliar, it's a pretty nice deck. Most decks come with a little, I mean, even like my old ass, I think I still have the how-to pamphlet. I do. Look at this. So this is my 21-year-old deck that I just refound. in my bookshelf. Just to give you a comparison, this is my old ass deck that I've read 5 million times, but I still have the little book, which is kind of funny. I don't know if I read this when I was a kid or not, but I definitely still have it. Jester Fester, dude, Jeffree Star, he was in the news today. I was making a joke. Did you guys not see that? He's such a racist piece of shit. Man, he came out with some decent makeup, and then all these videos came out of him being like literally just a racist piece of shit. Which I'm not necessarily shocked by because I don't know him personally, but wow. Sorry, I made a bad joke. No, Jester, I'm sorry. The world, North there. Tony, come on. Come on, Tony. The same thing. I need to get out of my own way. Oh, I mean, isn't that all of us, though? We're our worst fucking roadblock. He did Blade 2. I like the Blade. I like all of them, I think. Honestly, I like Blade 1. People make, like, but I like the mummy movies. I like corny movies. No, you are not a piece of shit. Nope. Nor are you a racist one, which is, like, plus 5 million points, life points. I don't think I need to tell you that, though, Jester, right? You know. Yeah, if you guys don't know who is that his name, Jeffree Star? I might have even said it wrong. He's just I don't, ugh. Not being racist is my favorite, Jester, and this is why I like you, like, 10 times more than most humans. Oh, you're homesick? Oh, easy. How am I excited about that? Thank you for the resub. Oh, DJ, how are you, love? Which one was HHH? What? HHH? What you talking about? I love Brandon Fraser. He's incredible. If you guys haven't seen Doom Patrol, he's amazing. DJ, thank you for the 44 months. DJ. Not just DJ. Anyone that's been around for a while. But DJ is like one of my oldest fucking viewers from the ages beyond. In 5 days, I will have been partnered for 6 years on Twitch. I didn't know. I got an email from Twitch letting me know. I had no fucking clue. Wow. The fact that I survived 6 years on this platform is kind of fucking mind-boggling. I'm actually mildly proud of myself. Mildly. I know, it's the only one I got. Dude, Brendan Fraser's hilarious. He's so good. I always wondered where the you have to be gifted tarot cards came from. Because the theory is that the tarot cards come to you. So it's not necessarily that they're gifted. Thank you, Tony. I forgot we're still in a hype train for a minute. My bad. We're still in a hype train for a minute. If you guys bust it, you get a level 5 emote. If not, no worries. It doesn't matter. But Tony, thank you so much for gifting 5 subs to my channel. Penguin Brandon, Dirty Blonde Goose, great name. Grimshard, and motherfucking Vixie. Use all but wizards is the highest order. Go forth, enjoy your emotes, and refresh my channel. You don't have to suffer the ads.
Right. Basically.
I love him. I'm glad you did, and that I got to be involved over the last year. Dude, it's just, when I think of it, back on it, it's so weird how I got into streaming. Like, I dedicated over 9 years of my life to be a chemist and a respiratory therapist. And I accidentally found Twitch, and I bought a webcam at Walmart in the middle of the night one night and started streaming, and that was it. It's just very strange for me to think about that much time has gone by. Thank you so fucking much for the level 4 hype train and giving me subs and money and supporting this fucking channel. 6 years is a long time. The average Twitch channel lasts about 4 months. I don't know how I did it, but thank you so much for being here for the ride. What a ride it's been. Pyro, I thank you for that. Guys, if you've been gifted a sub in my channel today, you can refresh the channel and you won't have to watch ads. The way that Twitch survives is by running ads every once in a while. So once an hour, I run 3 minutes of ads just so people that can't afford to sub to my channel don't have to. You shouldn't have to. This should be free. We're not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. You know? But Katie, isn't that how you do most things on a whim? You're not wrong, David. You are not. I am very impulsive. Much less impulsive than I was previously, but very impulsive. What made you want to put yourself on screen? It's going to sound so fucking, like, narcissistic, I guess, or neurotic. But I wanted to play ESO really bad. Elder Scrolls on. Oh, you just shocked me. Get away from me. I wanted to play ESO really bad. Stop! You're shocking me, bro. And it was really expensive. It was like $60 and I was in college. And I was like, I want to buy it, but I don't know if it's a good game. And this was years ago, mind you, before YouTube playthroughs and all this shit. Before Twitch was really a big thing that anyone knew about. And I was dating a guy at the time who said, hey, you should check out this website called Justin TV or Twitch. I don't even remember what it was at the time, to be honest. But he was like, check out this website. You can literally watch people play games and see if you like them. And I was like, okay. And so I went to Twitch and I clicked on the top person playing ESO. And it was a couple. And like they had two different cams, green screen. So they were in the two bottom corners of the screen. And the guy was sitting there without a shirt on, just like pot belly out. No offense to I have no problems with a pot belly, but like just sweating. And the girl was sitting there. They looked bored out of their minds. And all they would say is, yeah, the game is worth it. Yeah, it's worth it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's worth it. It's whatever. And I was like, they have thousands of viewers. I quite literally said out loud, I think, I can do this better. And did it. I can't do it better, obviously, but still here. That's it. I've never watched Twitch. I didn't even have a username until I planned to Twitch, till I planned to stream. Like I don't know. It just happened. Honestly, I think the reason I became like regularly streaming is I was bored out of my mind. When you graduate any form of medical school, you'll know this, Andrew. Anybody that does nursing, respiratory therapy, doctor, any PA, whatever, what you do is you do like 2 to 4 years of class, and then you do 2 years of basically just working for free. It's called your internship or your residency or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And then after your 2 years of working for free, you have to go take your state boards. But you've already forgotten all that fucking book knowledge because it's been 2 years since you read a stupid book. And for the tests you take, it's asinine information. I won't even go into details because it's stupid, but the information, like the numbers they use on these certification tests are not real numbers for humans. So you have to train yourself to not think of the test as a patient, just think of it more like math. And so what you do is after your 2 years of residency or whatever you're doing, you quit everything you're doing and you have to buy this $1,000 program. There's a couple different ones out there. I bought one called Kettering, and it's literally you sit 8 hours a day and you do these little click through quizzes and you relearn all the dumb textbook stuff you had to wash out of your brain just to work with patients so you can pass your state boards. And I was bored out of my fucking skull. So I would do that 8 hours a day and then I would stream at night. Did I waste my education? I hope not. If you're still here and they aren't, you're doing it better. I mean, there's a lot of people. I mean, I'm sure they're still around. They have to be. I don't know. I don't know, though. You're not doing anything? I think I'm still in the books of the living thanks to you. You better stay in the books of the living, bitch. I'll be coming for you. It might actually be a good way to figure out what actually works for you. Honestly, like, it works really well for me, David, when I, like, not being impulsive per se, but not overthinking things. When I overthink things, like, for instance, if I take a test for a class, if I do it as fast as possible, first instinct answers, I'll get a A. If I take my time and I rethink every question, I will get an F. I will fuck myself, and I do it every time. I overthink everything. So sometimes just, like, going with the first thing is the best option for me personally. I don't know about you guys. There are parts of respiratory therapy I miss. I miss working with humans. That is something to be said. Like I literally move from my bed to my desk back to my bed, and that's kind of depressing sometimes. I miss being around people, but also I hated being around people. So it's kind of a mixed bag. I miss using my brain. Like that's one thing. Like there's something super rewarding when you have a problem, a patient, but it's a problem. It's a math problem essentially. And you're looking at all the paperwork and you're looking at your patient and you're trying to figure out what you're going to do. And when you solve it on your, like you figure it out, there's this amazing, like you literally saved a life. Like you looked at all the numbers, all the chemistry, all the blood work, everything, and you figured something out like a plan. I miss using my brain in that way. Nothing quite does it like that. Because there is no other instance where your project is a dying human. So it's not like you get to go sit in a library and research for 7 days. You have to do it in 5 minutes at the bedside. And I miss that. Like I definitely fed off of that energy, that chaotic, fast, do it now, do it now. It has to be done. And I don't really think there's anywhere else in the world you get that, but I miss that. Like just using my brain. Cuz I got a lot of shit in there, man. I mean, you guys hear it. I just vom shit sometimes. It's crazy. But I miss that. I miss feeling needed. Like when you work by yourself and you are your own boss, you're everything, there's no one to tell you you're doing a bad job, but there's also no one to tell you you're doing a good job. And like, I don't know, it's weird. You have no idea. Like you're literally just in your own head all the time. And that's different. I miss having health care, health insurance. I miss having a steady paycheck. I miss having vacation. If I take time off, I just don't get paid. And, you know, I miss that stuff. The security is nice. And, there were definitely days where I would get paid, 25 bucks an hour to watch YouTube all night long. And that was kind of nice. But also, because I am the way I am, I couldn't do that. Like, even if I had a boring shift where I would watch YouTube all night, I'd be so bored I'd make work for myself. I can't, like, consciously just sit there and do nothing. I'd be like racking my brain. I'd be like, I'd be angry because I'd be at work sitting there. There's nothing to do. There's no patience. And I could be doing something productive at home. That would drive me nuts. It really does depend, Jester. Yeah. No, totally. One of the smartest people I've ever known second guessed themselves terribly. Crazy overthinker. Get them high and they're a wizard. That's me. That's seriously like, if I can just slow my brain down just a little bit, I can whip shit out. That being said, I never went to work stoned and I never would. Holy crap. No. I just had to be a mechanic yesterday as an EMT with zero mechanic knowledge. One of the best feelings when it actually worked. Dude, I've done that so many times. Like, there's no nurse and the fucking IV pole starts beeping. You got to figure it out. You can't just leave your patient with no meds. Like, you scream for help, but until help comes, you do it. And there's something about that I just miss a little bit because you feel needed. Like, people call you and they're like, I need you here. And, like, my job is now basically entertainment, cheap entertainment, if that. So it's not necessarily something needed, but that's all in me. Like, that's definitely something wrong with my head to need to be needed in that way, Have you considered getting an assistant? I would love an assistant if I could pay one. I don't even make enough money to pay myself right now yet. But someday, maybe. Just to read my emails would be great. I get so many emails a day, I just get nauseous. We haven't started those games yet where the consequence is life or death. We'll get there soon enough. Truth. Truth. Batcave, good morning, love. Me too, CK. I hate being at work with nothing to do. Same. I'd rather go home. 100%, David. Like, I would go crazy because and when you're at work, you don't have all the things you could be doing. So I'd be sitting at work and I would pack myself like a bag with all my knitting stuff, or I would pack like a tablet to like a pad of paper because I didn't have an iPad yet to draw. But you're just kind of trapped. You can't leave. You can't go anywhere from your unit just in case a patient comes in. But suddenly 12 hours have gone by and you've watched every single fucking YouTube video known to man. Like, it's just asinine. And it drives me a little insane. I like to be productive. Like, my least favorite time of the day is bedtime because it means my day's over. And I literally, like, start racing through everything I did that day. And I'm like, was I productive? Did I do something today? Do I deserve to sleep? That all being said, I don't know if I could survive without you. Don't sell yourself short. I couldn't survive without you guys. I mean, that's just facts. I couldn't. Like, I don't know. I've made the joke before, like, what would you do if I just disappeared? I never would. I couldn't. I could not. I don't know how streamers just, like, abandon their communities and just, like, leave. That's humans. Those are humans you've, like, made very important friendships with and relationships with. I think of you guys as humans. Fans versus friends. Everybody's got a thing. Hydrate before you die straight, motherfuckers. Thank you, Zerkles. That's because you're a child of an alcoholic. If you don't feel needed, you spiral. If that isn't the most real thing that I've realized in my life, being raised by alcoholics, like, the worst case scenario is not becoming an alcoholic. Ask nurses if, like, I would guarantee at least 90% of nurses had alcoholic parents. It's kind of insane. We're all just humans. Well, some of us. I don't know that I agree with that. My day is markedly better when you're on in the background. Thank you. My day is markedly better when I get to hang out with you guys. I mean, really. Like I feel that's another thing about my job. You never it's really weird to consider what you do to provide food for yourself when you love it. We should hate work. We should hate our jobs. That's what we're like trained to do. Hate your job, look forward to the weekend, spend all day on Saturday exhausted, and Sunday is just anxiety about Monday. And then you go back. And I fucking love my job. I love hanging out with you guys and talking about healthcare and mental health and whatever. Like, I feel so disgustingly fortunate for what I do now that it's really hard to consider it like a job. Like, I still sit around and I'm like, how do I have money? How did I buy that? It's mind twisting. Life is weird. And like, no matter how well you think you planned it out and how well you think it's gonna go, it won't. I thought I was gonna be a respiratory therapist, married with 2 kids, a white house, and a white picket fence by the age I was 25. That worked out. The dream, maybe the American dream. I don't know. Americans seem to love to be unhappy. I love my job too. There's just like too much of it. I feel that way honestly, my favorite time of day is when I'm streaming. It's when I go offline that I get really overwhelmed because I open up my phone and it's like 500 emails from game companies and 50 DMs, and I love reading them, but it's exhausting. Me, when hired into healthcare, you mean I can love them and give them back? Exactly, literally. Like, you're saying I get to hang out with my friends all day and talk about really important topics and maybe help a few people, but I don't have to watch them die? Wow. I basically do the same. Like, the only difference between what I do now and then is I don't have my hands on you. I was constantly coaching patients through health and changing their lives and, seeking out help and stuff. Because when I see patients in the ICU, usually it's an emergency situation that came on because of, you know, things in their life that they never get checked out that just exponentiate onto a pile and then they have a heart attack or something. Sammy, how are you, love? Another streamer has in their intro, if you are thanking someone here for helping you, just remember you've probably helped someone in the same way. Wow. That's deep. I think Mark said this to me. It was like a couple weeks ago. And I don't even remember what we were talking about, but I said something like I'm conflicted between being like ashamed of what I could have been or ashamed of what I've become and what I didn't do with my life. And I was talking like kind of down about myself, like I often do. And he was like, "You know what you can do? Like instead of looking at yourself, look at your friends and judge yourself by your friends. Like judge yourself by the people that want to hang out with you. You wouldn't call them shitty, would you?" And I was like, "No, my friends are the best people in the entire world. What are you saying?" But that fucked me up. Like I've been thinking of that ever since. How can you think of yourself as shit when the people that want to hang out with you are like the best people in the world? Unless you're really good at lying, which I am not. I've been hitting that wall now. I thought I'd be somewhere by 30, but now with 30 almost here, I've done almost nothing I thought I would. College didn't work, job's okay, still single though. Try not to depress over it. Dude, I'm the same. I mean, I made so many weird mistakes growing up that I thought would lead to like the correct, like when you're a kid, and I don't know if this is just me, but like all the advice my parents gave me growing up, like go to college, get a job, blah, blah, blah. I thought I like put it together as a recipe for happy in my childhood. I was like, if I follow these steps, I will be happy. And when you're an adult, you realize there is no such thing. It's all false. You made that on your own. Your parents didn't like lead you to believe there's steps to being happy. They just wanted you to be able to support yourself in the best way possible. But there's no like right way to go about things. And I don't think there's like an ending or like a point where you're satisfied. You will always move on. Like once you're satisfied with something, you're going to challenge yourself with something else, whether that's a relationship or a job or whatever, but you're always going to keep going. I truly believe that's real. I don't think anyone just goes stagnant at one point and is like, no, I'm good. I don't think. Maybe. I don't want to be measured by that matrix. I don't know, David. You got some cool people in your life. I feel that same way and I'm 40. Dude, I'm 33. Like, I don't think it ever ends, though. And I'm okay with it. Like, now that I've accepted that there is no finite point where I'm going to be like, and now I'm done. I'm okay with it. Like, I just accept that some things I'm going to get bored with and I'm going to move on, and some things I'm going to love forever. My jaw's okay. Thank you for asking, Psycho. It only hurts if I open my mouth like a yawn, like try to like snake jaw. It's the only time I really feel any pain. So as long as I keep my mouth like relatively closed and talk calmly, I'm okay. I'm 45. You never grow out of that feeling. I strive to pursue what makes me happy and only worry about the things you can actually control. 100%. 100%. There are so many people my age that are like, I don't know if it's like what if just your 30s or what, but they have this delusion that they can control everything in their environment. Everything. Even the people. Like by saying things like, you're triggering me right now. I can just not have you in my space because I can't take this today. You're triggering me. No, this is life. You have to learn to deal with people that are going to say things that make you unhappy. Deal with it. But yeah, I don't remember where I was going with that, but yeah, it's gone. Dude, what would you do when you were done? It sounds terrifying, doesn't it? Honestly, it sounds like death. I have no idea, David. I am so enthralled with life and the world and the virility of it and the potentials of what we can do every day that I cannot fathom being done. No idea. There's so many things you can do. I think it's time we leave that successful kids by 30 thing behind, considering that standard was set by boomers, an age where women and minorities couldn't be in high-paying positions. There was no choice but to hire the mediocre. It's true. It's such a false, but it's because that generation's still alive. Like my mom still is like, well, now that I'm 33, now I guess you're just not gonna have kids. I'm like, is 33 really like death of my ovaries? Like, no, I don't want kids, but really? Like that's how she talks. She's 68. She's not that old, but it's that dated thought process, I think. Sammy, thank you for gifting a sub to Psycho. Psycho, you know what's up. Be consensual and shit, bitch. I feel like I've been stagnant over the last 6-ish years, but that's because I am having that. I'm a girl. Okay. Do we all need to have a real talk with Ashley? Ashley has like 90 children she's single-handedly raising, and she thinks she's stagnant. I don't have kids, but I'm going to go with that's like the hardest job in existence is making sure your kids don't end up A, with their dicks shot off, B, shitty people. And you have so many. Like, it's one thing if you have one or two, but could you say it's like the same thing though? It's so, just from your stories, every fucking day is a different goddamn roller coaster, I feel like. Like, do you ever get scared to wake up and get out of bed in the morning? That's not how triggers work. That's what they say. I hear them. I hear it out in public. It's weird. I have a really well-paid job, wife, pair of kids I love, just finalizing moving from UK to Canada. Dude, that's so awesome. I'm so excited for you. Imagine if you made your Magnus Opus at 25. I think about that, David, with child actors. I've thought about that with child actors. Like if they don't go on to do anything else, like now what? Like the little kid from The Sixth Sense, he grew up to be kind of a weird dude. I don't know if he does anything other than be a weird dude now. My family's going through a really tough patch. My mom's feeling done with life. Oh man, I've been there. Ugh, I'm sorry you have to deal. I'm sorry that your mom is going through that. Everyone says one is a full-time job between two parents. I'm saying, and it's Joe and Ashley plus how many live with you right now? 7? I believe 7 children, young children. Like she is raising children in the peak of what they're going to become as humans age. I cannot fathom doing that. I would scream all the time. Dad took Jack to get his learners, and I straight up was like, he just shot himself in the dick, and now you're putting him behind the wheel of a car? Wow. 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 I've been pregnant for 15 years. Mostly drugs. True. 5 with me, 1 down the street. That is so many human lives. Like, And the fact that your kids are like really nice people. I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass. Raising children to not turn out to be just in general assholes is an accomplishment, and you should be patting yourself on the fucking back, ho. Uh, for real. I have 8 siblings, and we are not okay. 2 dead. Like, come on. You're doing a great fucking job. The number of times I and my wife have been told, oh, you'll change your mind. Oh, it's different when you own your own. No, we both know kids are not for us, right? Like, why would you want to push someone to have a human child that doesn't want one? Anus, bitch, how are you? Haley Joel Osment is still an actor despite looking like he's constantly recovering from anaphylaxis. Is that so? I'm not the only one that thinks something's wrong. Like sometimes there's a lot of child actors that grow up to be very strange looking adults, and I wonder if they like did something when they were kids, like fed them hormone stoppers or something, because they all end up kind of weird looking, and I don't know why. Is it just me? I wasn't a cute kid. I'm not judging. The best friend from Wizards of Waverly Place is a nurse now. That's amazing. By the way, has anyone watched Murders in the Building? Only Murders in the Building? Amazing. Oh my god. The chick from Wizards, I can't remember her name. She's like my least favorite in it, but the show is really well done. My mom used to say I'd changed my mind until I came out as trans. Dude, my mom still thinks I'm gonna do it. Like, she still thinks that my goth phase when I was 16 is a phase. She still thinks that. Like, I have blue hair, tattoos all over my body, piercings up the wahoo, and she's like, you'll grow out of it. And I'm like, okay. Sure. Macaulay Culkin looks weird. Dude, he has looked like a cracked out 80-year-old since he was 5. It's amazing. Your hair and those anus, thank you. I actually literally did my makeup exactly the same way as I had it yesterday, because yesterday I was going to stream, did my makeup, and my jaw hurt so bad I could barely talk. So I just sat around all day looking pretty at my desk alone. So this morning I was like, I'm doing it identical. Fuck this noise. Lil Beck Dress, you're probably right. I think their strange appearances directly correlated to how well we remember them in the roles they played as children. It's probably true. Like, seeing them as adult probably fucks our brain up. My mom says that shit all the fucking time. I redid my green and she was like, when will you grow up? I know. I am grown up. Like, the color of your hair, if anything, the roller perm and the constantly covering up your white hair with hair dye that grows out in 2 days, that looks much more aged than I do. I'm sorry. Like, please grow out of your covering up your white hair phase, because we're over it. Your white hair is beautiful. Stop it. The roots are tackier than any white hair you'll ever have. I could go on for days, but I don't say those things because I'm nice. Sometimes. But for real, like, don't come at me about your hair if you have an inch of white, snow white hair popping out of your skull. Macaulay Culkin went through a really rough patch. Oh, I remember. His parents kind of fucked him up. I remember his parents were going through a divorce and trying to steal all his money and shit when he was a kid. I remember that when I was really young. It was sad. I've been resolute that I plan on no children alone, and my parents are the only ones that seem to accept that. Oh, you're so lucky. I don't want to be alone. I don't think I want to be alone. I like to have people around me. I don't necessarily need a significant other, but at least having humans around me just makes me feel like I'm part of a community and people. Toys R Us is reopening. That is so weird. Luna Lovegood wrote a book about her anorexia. I didn't know she was anorexic. That is so heartbreaking. I mean, anyone on camera, if anyone in a public light is going to have a hard time with their body, like, you get judged all day. And those people are so magnanimously famous, I can't even fathom. Like, I get a couple DMs on Twitter a day. They're like, you're a fat slut, kill yourself. And I'm like, okay. Those people get that times 5 million. I can't even. I don't even know what I would do. Cry a lot. I would love to live in a crypt. I have lots of silver hair. I just dye it blue. I have my big dick energy out today. I brought it out for you guys. Yeah, I have a light bright. Yeah, I put big dick energy on it and never ever touched it again. But it's great. Guys, we need to take our first break of the day. I have overtalked exceptionally, as usual. And I hate when people who cannot afford to sub to the channel or choose not to get ads while we're talking. It's just so rude. No one should judge another generation by the standards of their own. I agree. 100%. They have to live in the... Exactly. Like, the world changes so fucking fast. Yes, exactly, David. I agree so hard. That's why you need an assistant to weed out that crap, dude. I would feel bad paying someone to read the messages I get. I get some pretty wild messages. I would love a crypt. That'd be so cool. I wish I had enough dead relatives to make a crypt. I wonder if I could get my dad's body out of Wisconsin. Could be messy. He's been dead a bit. Squeaky, good morning, my love. How are you? How was lurking? Did I say anything cool or terrible? Bull, dude, thank you for asking. It's a lot better today. I can actually speak. Yesterday, like, talking made it hurt. It only hurts if I really open my jaw, like yawn or, you know, scream, which I'm trying not to do. Oh, I thought you said I've been here lurking. That's what I read. I'm an idiot. I apologize. Good morning and welcome. Yeah, I'm thinking he's not really probably in the grave anymore. It's been 25 years, 26 years since he died. That's plenty of time to, you know. Sometimes I read things the way I want to read them instead of the way you typed them, and I apologize. My brain is just weird. The hate messages you get must seem like they were written in the bowels of hell itself. Dude, it's always by someone, I swear to God, they either don't speak English as a first language or they're children, because the grammar's horrific. I mean, they never spell anything right, and it always ends with kill yourself. And I'm just like, A, what did I do to you? B, go get a hug, because your sadness is real pathetic. Shoo, I ain't got time. How did you discover her channel, Katie? Anus, hold up. Let me look. Ooh, I was scrolling on Instagram yesterday and I saw a post from Kennedy Walsh and I just noticed that you followed her too. Kennedy Walsh, the Walsh family's fucking awesome. They're from Maryland. I know them. They literally live in the town I lived in. Like, you can watch some of her videos and she's like outside my neighborhood. It's real weird. Some of her videos are literally outside of the Wegmans that I shopped at all the time. It's real strange. They lived in my town. Socially distanced hugs, exactly. Well, maybe not for them, though. I don't know. I have a really hard time with anyone that jokes about suicide. I don't think that's funny. Don't ever tell someone to kill themselves because chances are they've thought of it. And you might tick them over. I don't take that lightly. Yeah, that's literally how she's from. Where I don't want to like out where she's from because she's like more famous than me because she's skinny and pretty, but she's from my town. That's how I know her. But you're a sinful and horrible, depraved devil worshiper. Amen.
Hail Satan! Watch us go!
All I'm gonna say is that we've all been hailing Satan the entire pandemic, and we don't have COVID. So I'm not saying hailing Satan works, but it doesn't not work. You know what I mean? Amen, Tech. Amen. Okay, let's take a break. I was trying to catch up on chat, make sure I didn't miss anything. If I missed your message, I apologize, but I don't want people to get ads. I hate them. So stand up and stretch your legs, get some water, pack a bowl, and I'll be back in about 3 minutes. Enjoy this music.
I see your star, you left it burning for me. Mother, I'm here.
I love this song. It's so hard to stop it. How do I just stop it?
Feel your heart and it's glowing.
Lyle, good morning, lover. How are you? Sweet home. Shall we cheers? I'm gonna cheers.
I
Cheers.
take your hand. Now you'll never be lonely. Not when I'm home, sweet home. I see your star. You left it burning for me. Mother, I'm here.
Thank you for cheersing. Nameless. How are you? I'm feeling a lot better. My jaw's still a little fucked. I just can't open my mouth very wide. It's really weird. Honestly. I can talk today, though, without pain, which is good. Oh, Edgar, what's your news? Tell me. Nameless, honestly, I think it was my uncle passed away a few days ago from COVID. He's an anti-vaxxer, religious, blah, blah, blah. And so I talked to my mom for a day on the phone, and I think I just, like, subconsciously fucking clenched my jaw all day like a vice because I just woke up the next morning with it. I went to yawn when I woke up in the morning, and I was like, ow, I should not do that. Yeah. I've been known to clench. I've never been a tooth grinder. I've dated grinders, man. You can fucking hear it in their sleep. It's terrible. But I definitely, like, clench my jaw when I'm frustrated. It's completely, like, subconsciously, though. I'm sweating. Dab sweats. I didn't even dab. How are you doing? Dude, Anus, they are really cool people. I love watching them. They're so funny. I had that once while at the dentist. That was fun. Oh, no. Dude, that happened to me too, Sales. Oh my God. I don't even remember what I was having done, but this dentist used like a rubber block. He stuck it between my teeth. And he was like, this way you can relax your jaw. You don't have to like keep your mouth open. But it froze my jaw. Like, I don't know what happened, but I couldn't close my jaw. It was scary. Oh, you got the booster? Your arm's still killing you? Mine's scheduled for the day after Christmas. I feel so not Christmassy this year, guys. Like, I feel icky. I have no Christmas tree. I have no decorations. Nothing. This year sucks. Oh, Astro Pulse, thank you. I did it myself. TMJ, I've never had it before. It just happened the other day. I've never had jaw problems before. I dated a guy with TMJ, though. He had it, get this. So when he was like in middle school or elementary school, someone took the knot at the bottom of the climbing rope and threw it at his face and dislocated his jaw. And from that moment on, his jaw like clicks and locks all the time. It sucks. Festivus for the rest of us. Let's all just fucking fight. You get the booster tomorrow? Oh my God, Fairy. Yes. Get safe, motherfuckers. It's so easy to save your own life. Case in point, my uncle died because he chose not to. He chose to die. It hurts my heart when I think about it. It's mid-December and my sliding door is still open. Dude, I've had my door open too. It's so nice out right now. With what's going on in the world, exactly. Like, it's just too much. Imagine getting that close to exercise equipment. I like Christmas when there's Christmassy people around me. But for some reason, I've had this string of like 5 years where I've dated people who hate Christmas. They're like fucking Scrooges, aka Zach. And it's really hard to have any Christmas spirit when everyone around you just goes, ugh, already. And I'm like, it's the middle of December. Are you kidding me? Fuckheads. I'm used to it. My grandpa was a fucking Scrooge too. I got a preview pic of the stream that I think you'll like. Oh my God, Alcalcaru, hold on, let me give you a permit. I must see it. My thumbnails are never good. The thumbnails, I don't know why anyone clicks on this channel, honestly. The thumbnails are horrific. Only a little bit jealous. I'm in Eastern Washington now, and it's a frigid 28 degrees. Oh God, why are you in Eastern Washington? And where? It's mid-December, and I just moved to the Deep South from New England. My old friends are furious. Oh, dude. Do you like it down there? Why did you move to the deep south from New England? Just curiosity. I lived in Baltimore for years. I loved it. Like, it only got freezing every once in a while, but most of the time it was pretty mellow. The judges in my disability declared me disabled at the age of 50, and I'm 52 now. Do you get back pay? Now it's in my hands of my lawyer to see what we can get for the back pay. Yes, that happened to Eliza. She got a lot of back pay because she, like, was officially diagnosed blind, like, 5 years or 2.5 years after being blind. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Did you, Rod? I usually just work on Christmas, honestly, because I don't have anyone to be with and I don't want to sit around by myself. I'd rather hang out with whoever of you have nothing to do. I told the kids we'd get the tree out this weekend, but even they aren't into it this year. It's weird, right? I mean, how can you be excited about Christmas when like half the world is willingly just dying? I get that. My dad died on Thanksgiving. I don't hate Thanksgiving. I'm just kidding. Don't ever judge someone's death. I mean, my dad did die on Thanksgiving, but I would never judge. Most adults hate Christmas, and I don't get it. Friends were all down here. Family was up north, but everyone's dead now. I feel that. My family's mostly in Seattle, but I don't ever want to live there again. It's more affordable than Western Seattle. No shit. I'm in Cheney. No shit, you're in Cheney? Dude, I played Cheney for basketball games and softball games and volleyball games. You should Google Kettle Falls, look at how far away they are, and then realize I had to do that for a bus ride every weekend. It was great. I did learn that it was originally far cooler before our modern Christmas celebrations. The poor would get together and have a ruckus party, and it was made to be wealthy thing by someone Dickens strongly admired, and I would love that. Honestly, I've been doing like the Noel thing, like burn a log and just tell people you love them. The problem with Christmas is that people have weird expectations. Your Christmas can just be that they have lights up in the city or getting a card from a friend, or maybe you can eat extra cookies. People just get sad because it isn't what they expect it to be, and it doesn't have to be anything. I agree 100%. Yep. No, that's very real. Did you just get banged? I got it anyways. I got it, Alcal Crew. Oh, that thumbnail though. Why me though? Why is it always me? Does anyone have everyone else? I feel like all these other girls and guys and whatnot, like, you know, everyone in between. Transgender men are men, transgender women are women. Period. End of story. Don't argue. Their thumbnails are adorable. They look so cute. I'm like, yeah, I'd click your channel, and mine, I'm like look like I'm trying to shit or something. Thanks.
Help! Right, basically.
I love him. I moved to Portland from Michigan, and not having snow for Christmas is throwing me off. It's weird, huh? We don't have any snow right now, and it's very weird, honestly, for us. Make Christmas the dress rehearsal for the New Year's masquerade. New Year's is one I've never done anything for. I think the hyper consumerism of the Christmas season is draining in so many ways. 100%. I mean, it's like, I love a card. I think a handmade card, like a folded piece of notebook paper, is more valuable to me than any bought thing. Things are just things. If you haven't noticed, I have plenty of things. And I feel like people are like, well, I love you, so I have to get you a thing. And it's like, or you could just tell me you love me. By the way, dude, look at this right now. Hold up. Look at the planets. They're like literally almost aligned today. That's crazy. Are we having something weird coming up? This is live. This is like an actual thingy. Whoa. Anyways, just noticed it. Happy Friday. What up, Mag? How are you? It was 60 here today. That's supposed to be a foot of snow. Whoa. It's like, it feels 60 today here. It feels like I had my air conditioner on. What is it today? Let's see. I used to have it on my screen, but I think I got rid of it. It's 43 degrees out. Okay, I've adjusted to the cold. 43 feels tropical. Oh, Knives. Good morning. How are you? Only averages 53 only? Coming from Maryland, that's a lot of snow for me. I didn't often have a good-looking thumbnail. Having a good-looking thumbnail tends to get passed over, but one that catches me off guard and gives me a heh, at least, makes me pause when there's a higher chance I'll click it. Well, maybe, yeah, that's true. What rain meter skin? Planets. Literally just called planets. Why am I training the new guy? Oh, no. Wait. Is this the new guy you got a bit ago who just literally just sat there and did nothing so you felt like you were working alone anyways? Now you're training him? Yeah, we do have, I don't know which planet that is. If I hover, it doesn't tell me. I think it is Neptune. I think. I don't know. Oh, a new guy. Well, that sucks. You've been getting a lot of new guys. No, thank you. I just want snow on my birthday in January. I didn't get snow last year. My brother did in April. I like snow. I think it makes everything look pretty and quiet. From getting fires now being dumped in snow in some of it. What? California is getting snow? What the fuck? Music Man, how are you, love? I'm actually quite okay with getting things like socks as presents. I love socks. I mean, honestly, that's what I usually do for like my sister. I go and get them a pair of like really, really good, like knee-high socks with dinosaurs on them or something. What is this snow you speak of? Mag, it's that shit that your politicians jam up their nose before they go on TV every time. It looks similar. Where I live, our average is 140. Jesus Christ, I don't want to live there. Xana, good morning, love. How are you? When I lived in Michigan, my town averaged 137 inches of snow. Isn't Michigan one of those places where like you can actually get snow higher than your house and be stuck? I feel like I've seen pictures of people digging out of their house. Snow's amazing if you don't have to go anywhere in it. Exactly. Like, I don't want to drive in snow. It's very scary. I'm not scared to drive in snow. I'm scared of everybody else because they're idiots. Driving, they think they can still go 80 miles an hour in a sports car. But when you're, it's just so quiet and beautiful, and you can just look out your door. It's gorgeous. Oh, Jam Jar, dude! I was literally just saying, who the fuck would click my channel with the thumbnail I had? Thank you so much for clicking my channel. Welcome. My name's ClassyKatie. I've never driven in snow. I took driver's ed in snow. It's actually not terrible. It's slush. Slush is the scariest thing you'll ever drive in. That shit'll grab your tires in a second and pull you off the road. I've almost been yanked off of a couple roads by a slush pile. Snow is fine. If it's dry and crunchy and no one else has driven on it, it's awesome. It's got tons of that and black ice. Black ice is terrifying. Oh my God. That's what I basically grew up with. In Seattle, we don't really get snow. It's just black ice or ice rain. We get a lot of ice rain. That desert living and all, well, that's me now. We don't get participation. Dry and crunchy, man. It's like, yeah, or powder. Powder sometimes. You can slip around, but it's not bad. I grew up in it, so I'm used to it. I had 4 feet of snow in front of my apartment door before, and that was not fun. Dude, we had that last year here in Denver. You guys remember I posted a picture? So my front porch, we have like a lot of stairs that go down to the road. We're kind of on a hill. And the snow was up to my porch. I mean, it was at least 4 feet tall. It was insane. I couldn't even see my car. I'm working from home until mid-January. My narrator went away for the holidays. Is this a good thing that you get to work from home? I would want to. Based on you saying not to get you things, I should return the stuff. I am so awkward with gifts. I have never wanted gifts. I feel very undeserving, and I just want to hide in a hole. I don't know why. I mean, I have a theory. This is my theory. So, when I was a kid, cynical bitch, thank you for the resub. Shall we cheers? I'm just sitting here itching Lil's face under my desk. She's so soft and cute. She has her face on my leg, so I'm just cuddling her. Sorry. When I was a kid, growing up, this was Christmas for me. So, my parents would pack 8 children's worth of gifts into black plastic bags, throw them in the trunk of our car. We would drive to my Nana's house. I had to stay at her house every Christmas Eve my entire life. I've never had a Christmas in my own house in my existence. And then the next morning, we would wake up, and there'd be presents around the tree, but we weren't allowed to touch anything until every single member of the family showed up that morning. Like everyone, like 100 people, cousins, everyone would be there. So we just sit around staring at presents for hours, waiting for everyone to show up. And then my mom would put a camera on us and make us model anything we got for Christmas for her and the whole family. I am terrified of it. Like, I get so petrified if someone hands me a present. I'm like, can I go in a closet, open it, and cry, and then pretend it didn't happen? Because I don't know what to do right now. Like, it was terrible. She did this our entire life. Like, there's so many. My dog's trying to crawl up on my lap. My standard poodle. You are so weird. You shock me every time. It is horrible. It's horrible. Horrible. And imagine being as I was, a young woman going through puberty, waking up first thing in the morning with a camera on your face is not the way you want to wake up, like, at all. It was bad. So I just, like, I'll always tell people, like, don't get me anything, please. Because you'll probably think I hate it. I don't hate it. I just get so awkward. It's a weird behavior I know I have. If I'm, like, on the top of my game and I know it's coming, I can put on a pretty good show. But on the inside, I'm screaming. It's terrible. I don't, like, why? And this is the worst thing. So for people out there that grew fast, I'm 6 feet tall. Ish. Measured myself yesterday, and I might be a little shorter than 6 feet now. I might have shrunk, but I don't know. But anyways, I'm around 6 feet tall, and I have long fucking legs that are just my whole body. And a standard poodle desperately trying to squirm up here. What are you doing? Anyways, and so she would buy me things like jeans and things for Christmas, and they would never fit. Like, nothing ever fit me. And so she'd be like, I need to see you put it on and model it for the family. And they would make me model clothes for them because I was tall and had long legs. So, of course, I was a model. Like, my Nana called me a model all the time when I was a kid. But nothing ever fit. And then they would, like, my aunts and my mom are all, like, 5'5", $1.09, like, $1.20, maybe. I think my Auntie Lane's, like, 95 pounds. They're very thin, petite people. And they'd just be like, these really offhanded comments about my weight is why I didn't fit in anything. Not because I was growing to the ripe height of 6 feet tall at the age of, like, 12. And so all of that compounded together just made it, like, I love to give people gifts, though, which is why I let people give me gifts, because it's very hypocritical to tell people, like, no, I'm allowed to get you whatever I want, but you can't do shit for me because I'm uncomfortable. Like, that's just rude. I love to buy people gifts and make them. Oh my God, you're shocking the shit out of me. The dry weather makes them so electrical. More like 5'11 3/4. I could go with that. I'll go with 5'11 3/4. I'll own that the rest of my life. If they told you right away what you were getting, like, hey, I'm getting you X, expect it in the mail. I still feel like, I just feel like, no matter what I say or do, I will come off as ungrateful. Like, I don't know how to thank people enough, I guess. Seriously, I drew a line on my wall by the door. I was trying real hard. It's, by the way, trying to lean up your body up against a wall straight to measure yourself when you have tits and ass and hips is impossible. Don't do it. It's so frustrating. Try that with an Irish wolfhound. I can't imagine. Like, these guys, literally, she's like 70 pounds-ish, and they're big fucking dogs. Standard poodles are not small by any means, but they're lean, so they're not that heavy. But they think they're lap dogs. Like, she wants me to carry her like a baby all day. They're just gonna fight here now. There's Void. You can't see most of the Void, but he's here. Oh, Milk Crate! Thank you. I did it a couple weeks ago. I was looking at my hair yesterday. I'm already getting roots showing. My hair grows fast. I shock shit all day. Dude, I'm constantly, like, I wear slippers with rubber bottoms, so I don't shock stuff constantly, but these, every time they come touch me, they shock me. You're trying to make yourself straight. David, I make mistakes every day. Damn it. 135, that's twice the wage. Oh, you're so electrical. They're just shocking me. My friends and I stopped buying each other gifts when what we were all doing was buying each other Amazon gift cards. I'm gonna do gift cards. Honestly, people can buy what they want. I mean, so many people need things right now too. I showed it to Zach. I think he's gonna show stream today. If any of you are watching Zeke, remind him, because he wanted to show everyone that heart. It's beautiful. My roommate's German Shepherd puppy also oh yeah, that's these guys. Like they just don't know how big they are. I had a friend who, instead of standing back to the door, they would stand sideways, and they said it was easier to measure. I tried that, but the problem is my hips are inches bigger than my ribs and my shoulders. So, like, if I try to go up against a wall, my hip bone hits the wall before any other part of me. And so I'm so fucking far from the wall with my head that it's like I was literally sitting there with a board trying to mark the wall. I am not I am of shapes. You know, David, wait, hold on. I'm not kidding you. I just hoard them. There's probably hundreds of dollars on these. I don't shop at all. I buy something if I need it. But I have so many unused loaded gift cards. Yep. Lululemon, probably great. I love Lululemon. Starbucks. I just don't shop. I'm not a shopper. So, like, thank you, family. But I don't shop. I just get tired. I don't want to. This is true. My pups are always positive, though. I love them for that. Oh, you got a puppy? Oh, her name is Rogue. Oh my god, a mini Aussie. Cute. Isn't that what I think one of my mods has a mini Aussie now. I don't know if it's mini, actually. Her name's Bellatrix. She runs around for an hour. That's these guys. They have like this 20-minute spurt of like chew on each other's faces and then they pass out. It's great. Gift cards, I mean, they're a great, in theory, this is what I would tell people to get me because I'd be like, I don't really need anything right now, but eventually I'll need something. So just give me a gift card and I'll use it. I never need anything. Like, how often do you buy makeup or underwear or Barnes and Noble, if that even still exists? But I feel terrible. It's not like I'm ungrateful. I just don't shop, so I never think of it. Like, I don't buy, I guess. I'm just not that type of person. Those aren't expired. They don't expire. If cash is loaded on them, I've checked them all, trust me. I make sure they won't expire. Because then I have a special pocket where I literally just shove gift cards. It's terrible. There's places that will give you cash for those cards. Is that illegal? Hi, John. How are you? My family just pays a bill of my mom's. Oh, I love that. That's adorable. That's such a good idea. I thought about selling them for charity. It just seems so ghetto and weird. Because, like, how could I don't know. Barnes & Noble's still around. Those are really awful inventories. Last time I went to Barnes & Noble, the book they had on display was telling people that plants were poison. Vissy, I was literally just telling people, like, honestly, I mean, tell me, like, call me out if I'm being an idiot, but I think handmade stuff is the best thing in the world. Like, seriously, someone sending me a piece of notebook paper folded in half with a note on it is more valuable to me than stuff. But it always has been. It's the thought. It's just someone thinking about you, you know? That's why I do Christmas cards. It's just the thought. It's just someone saying, I thought about you. I'm glad you're alive. They have a Starbucks Cheesecake Factory cage. What? Same Music Man. Like, literally what I buy is like, oh, fuck, guys, my camera died. Gotta buy a camera. Like, stuff like that. Right, Vissy? I'm glad I'm not the only one. I think that stuff is special. I'm the worst, too. I never give anyone what they ask for. It's my gift giving, and I get to decide what I think you should get. No, I agree. I agree. If you want something, go buy it for yourself. You're an adult. I'm here to give you something shocking. Never felt so good as a guy getting eyed in Sephora. Wait, what? You got eyed in Sephora? I always see dudes in Sephora. I see all sorts of people in Sephora when I go there. I honestly go to Ulta more often, which I haven't been to either in years, but I'm the worst too. I never give anyone what they ask. No, I'm the same. The mass-produced stuff is just the corporations thinking about you. Ugh. Shocking, funny, or cool. Generally, the best kinds of presents. Absolutely. Like, I legitimately have a box of human teeth. Some of you might get a human tooth for Christmas. You don't know. You shock me every time. Oh my god. I'm going to put my dogs outside because they're shocking the living shit out of me. Okay. I love you, but you shock me. I love him so much, but God. God damn. Kill. How are you, love? White balance looks off. Not sure if the blue. Oh, is it? Is my white balance off? I haven't looked at my own camera. I didn't even touch it, but the cam link software had an update, so it might be weird. White balance. Oh, I'll check it though. I got looks in Ulta's when buying tattoo cover-ups. Seriously? Tell him to fuck off. Give him a big creepy smile. People can judge like a dick. I'm actually not pale. I actually am kind of jaundiced. I'm Jewish. I look Jewish. It's just the lights, I guess, made me look. I'm looking at it now. I am pale as fuck. I am not this white. We will fix this. I'm going to shove my dogs outside real quick because every time they touch me, they're shocking the fuck out of me and it scares me. So I'm going to push you outside for a bit, okay? Yeah, this is Trick. I don't know if you can see him. We call him the Void because literally he's so black you can't see him. You can't see me. By the way, is it weird that John Cena followed like every streamer known to man? Like at first I was like, oh my god, John Cena followed me. And then I was like, wait, who didn't John Cena follow? Is he hacked? We're not that cool. Nah, dude, I'm glad you said something because I don't look at my own camera. I can't stand to look at myself. I mean, can you imagine? I'm sure there's streamers out there to do it, but staring at your own face all day has to create some sort of psychosis in your head. I couldn't do it. I mean, living in a mirror, no thank you. Eyed up. Oh, okay, Jesus Christ. You're good. You good. I don't know. He didn't follow everyone, but he followed a lot of streamers I know.
Satan! Hail Satan!
Like, he just followed a bunch of streamers from, like, my generation of streamers. It was real weird. Like, I was followed by him, and I was like, that's interesting. I mean, I grew up on WWF, so I know wrestling and shit. So I was like, okay, I tweet about wrestling. Like, that makes sense. But then I saw he followed a lot of other streamers, and I was like, what's happening? Are you hacked? It has to be a thing. He's got to be doing a thing. I don't know John Cena. I couldn't even see him. I'm going to throw my dogs outside. Mel, hello, love. How are you? I'll put on some more music for you guys real quick. Give me a sec. Not DMCA music. Because you know. Wrong keyboard. Someday I'll get it. I doubt he runs his own Twitter. You don't think so? I think most famous people run their own Twitters, but I could be wrong. I run my own Twitter, but I'm not famous. All right. Enjoy this. I'll be right back. Do you want to see the next song or do you want me to cut it off? It's like 3 minutes. I always feel bad cutting it off. But I will, unless you want to see it. It's gorgeous. I want to see it. It's beautiful, but I can watch it on my own. Ow. Ugh. I'm ready for this to be over. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for hanging out today. Ouch. Maybe Cena also loves Warhammer. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him to love video games. Like, everybody loves video games. Who doesn't love video games? My mom does not love video games. We good. It's beautiful. I played that. Like, you guys should seriously look up Supergiant music. Because it's amazing. Like, literally some of the best music I've ever heard in my entire life. Actually, today I was thinking about playing some Transistor with you guys, which is a Supergiant game with amazing music. Imagine. And I don't scream. God, ouch. Oh, she tight. She tight. I gotta not clench my mouth. Anyways, yeah, Transistor's a fucking gorgeous game. I don't know if you ever like beat the game because I've reached an ending and now I'm not there anymore. So I don't know. The game's fucking amazing. Actually, I was gonna fuck with my lighting. I look blue. My skin looks blue. I am not blue. I'm quite yellow. But my cam software updated yesterday, so it's possible we got a problem. Let me see. Maybe it's undersaturated. Does that look better? That looks better, I think. Do you want to know? No. No. No, because it's so good. No. I'm going to keep playing it no matter what, so no. I'm blue. I think this looks better. My skin looks more skin. Not so, it's that auto light. See how it does that? It's weird. Thank you for letting me know. I am not as I mean, I'm pale. I wear sunscreen every fucking day because the sun is the devil, but, you know, not that pale. I've been asked many times, where are your people from? And I'm like, what the fuck are you, Ireland? What? Thank you. I'm just yellow. I am on auto white balance. It's the only way to fix the noise reduction, which is weird. Like, if I turn off auto white balance, I can't, like, is it auto white balance or do you think it's the auto exposure? This is me turning off auto exposure. I was radiant. I'm glowing. It's radiation, actually. I made a trip to Chernobyl. The giant flame orb is the suck. It really is. It's kind of crazy that, like, the thing that keeps us alive also causes insane cancer in our skin. It's wild. I wear sunscreen every fucking day. I wear this shit. Where is it? Oh. Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream Sunscreen Broad Spectrum 30. Every day. And I don't burn. I just don't want skin cancer. Does this look good? Thank you. We're not flickering. You know, I still have no clue what did that, David. That was so weird. Like, every day I've started this shit up and been like, you gonna flicker? And it doesn't. I have no clue. That was the weirdest thing. I still don't know what caused that. I mean, if you guys weren't here, it was like 3 or 4 days ago. All the light it looked like my hair was flickering. It was weird. It was almost like my camera was like trying to green screen me out or something. It was really bizarre. But, you know, lighting is always a chore. I mean, if any of you plan to make a movie someday, hire streamers to do all your tech because we will have it done and nothing will be broken because we can fix anything. Like, I firmly believe that most streamers know more about computers than anyone else in the world because we have to. I'm not saying I do, but most streamers. Like, the amount of times I've had to dig into my PC and figure out what the fuck is going on. It's been a lot. Oh. I hate unsolved problems. Me too. Same. I can't. I will solve it. Like, even if it's the most simple thing, David, I'm the same. Like, it's the reason I have a welding. Like, I have a soldering iron and I have a welding kit because if something breaks in my house and I can't fix it, I, like, take it personally. I have to be able to fix it. I'm very much a problem solver. I get it. Heavily. All right. I'm going to play some fucking Transistor. This game is sad. So far, the only thing I really understand about the story is, we're a singer. We were singing on a stage, and someone threw a sword at us, and our, like, lover got in the way and took the sword, and his soul is in the sword and speaks to us. So when you hear a voice, a lot of the times, it's actually our lover in the sword talking to our character, and it's romantic and heartbreaking. And then sometimes it's not our lover, so you can ask. Are pushing the capabilities of the platform. Do you think we are? Sometimes I wonder if we are. Same. I bought things that I never use, but I might need it one day. Dude, I've used mine, but maybe only once. I have a heat gun. No streamers on my film set. Can you imagine, like, a circle of hell just full of influencers, but one camera? And one mic. That's a hell. I fixed my friend's PC as she's a VTuber. Oh, you're very nice. I mean, thankfully I live with a streamer right now, so that is like an invaluable resource to have another streamer that just, like, gets what you're looking at and can troubleshoot stuff in the way that a streamer troubleshoots and not just, like, someone who knows computers. But you do learn a lot because you don't have anyone to call. Like, you just do your own shit. You figure it out. I wait until something breaks, spend stupid money on a tool I will use that one time. I always end up reusing my tools. Is it just me? Like, seriously, like, all the weird tools I buy and shit, I always end up reusing them. I'm always so thankful for them. Like, for instance, Zach bought strip lights and he didn't want to use them, so I lined my desk with these strip lights, like strip LEDs, but the strips kept ripping. Like, they're so delicate, they just kept tearing in half. I whipped out my motherfucking soldering iron. I soldered them bitches together. I fixed the whole thing and soldered my desk. Like, I felt really accomplished. Money and baked goods. That's dope, dude. I want baked goods. All right, transistor. Please have sound. I think there was. I heard something. I'm turning my controller on. Hell yeah.
Get the feeling we won't be coming back here for a while.
That's our lover. That's inside of our sword. And I think what I've gotten out of the story is that the sword is the transistor. Strict hierarchy on set. Really only room for the few personalities. Hopefully less than 2 at the time. Dude, I agree. I don't know how they do a clogged set. I'd be so distracted.
I believe is the transistor's true purpose.
That's not our lover.
Its true nature.
Wait, can you repeat that?
So this little box right here, there's like another dude that died and his spirit or whatever is in this and it talks to us. So you'll hear 2 different voices. One is our lover and one is not. Fruit fly.
This is something.
I'm going to take a hit before I do this because it's going to be a battle. No. No. Shit. How do you go back? I forgot already. There we go. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways, sorry. My job just sent me a fucking picnic basket full of meats and cheeses. Dude, that's fucking dope. Nicely done. Hey, you might have to train a new guy, but at least you got some meats and cheeses. Did you get one of those enormous summer sausages that look like a giant dick? Pick a nick. Not a picnic. What is a pick-a-nick? Oh my god. Is it Yogi Bear themed? Stop it. I love this soundtrack. The game's beautiful, Jester. You'll love it. Like, you'll see when I start playing, if you've never seen the battle style before, the fighting style is really unique. I really like it. You get to cheese your meat, or you can meat your cheese. Woo! Cheers, everybody. Dude, that's dope. That's really cool knives. David will take the cheese if you're like, ew, work cheese. I only like, if it's fakey, like cheddary American cheese, it gives me massive stomach ache. But if I eat like stinky cheese or brie and shit like that, I get no digestive issues. It's very interesting. Excuse me. Anyways, battle. Sick.
There you are.
Uh-oh. Okay, so this is how you do battle. So you literally, like, freeze the game board, and you have a certain amount of points that you use to, like, kill everybody. It's kind of cool. What the sin fuck? Ma'am. I haven't played in a while, so I'm not doing very well, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's do this one, and then we'll do this one. And then this one? Maybe. Do you like my bong? Dude, it's literally a Yoshi egg. I love it. I lost another one. I'm not playing well. This is great. Having a great time. Come out! Mm-mm. I like how he's just called a man. You look like a man. Thank you, Vissy. Yeah, so my bongs are all from Hemper, and you can totally buy them and use code ClassHole to get like 5 to 10% off. I don't get much of a kickback. Please. Wow, I'm doing terrible. I might want to restart. I don't get much of a kickback, so don't worry about me. I did it literally to get you guys a discount. That is it. You have to wait for that bar to refill, though. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but in between pauses of battle, you literally have to wait for your fucking bar to fill, and that's a nightmare sometimes. Die, bitch! Seriously? Fuck you, slut! Do not let me scream, guys. My jaw will break and I'll cry. Ma'am. Alex, my love. It's like, did your ears burn when these games come on? Because mine do. I feel it. Like, I'm not judging. I totally get it.
There.
I think you can actually play in real time. You can, yes. Actually, I'll show you, David. There's a cool upgrade you can get. I'll show you in a minute. Hold on, let me read this. I get another function. What do I want? I want another one of those, to be honest. How are we supposed to stop you?
Okay.
Fly to Denver and slap me.
Almost here.
Ow.
Almost here.
I don't know. It's never going to happen.
You ready? Funny, I'm beginning to get a little nervous.
I kind of want to
So, come
restart
on
because
now.
I lost all my abilities. Hold on. I can do better. I just haven't played in so long. I kind of forgot. But there is, like, I'll show you. So, we'll have to find an ability thing, but I'll show you what I mean, David. It's cool. My postnasal drip gets spicier. Clear sign. It's actually cerebrospinal fluid.
That, I believe, is the transistor.
You might want to play all the most chill parts then, because yelling it, I know. This one, just simply because of the type of battle it is, I tend not to scream too much. So you go to these access points, and this is where you reset your abilities. But there's one I have that makes it so even if you use your abilities during the timed battle, you can still use them out of it. Let me see. I don't have any points, so I gotta, like, knock something off. Okay. So, I think it's that. So, if you look on the A, the bottom right little spear-looking guy, if you put that on any ability, it makes... Or, no, it's the running guy. So, you see the little running person under it? The running person makes it so you can use it constantly. It never runs out of mana. And that is so useful when your shit's charging, because they'll just come at you, and you can't do anything because your bar is charging. But if you don't have those, you can't use any abilities while your bar is charging, and that can be exhausting. But you throw that little running man on any ability, you golden. It's pretty nice. No giant dick sausage? Boo! Well, it's still gonna be cool. You had a Yoshi stuffy? Cute. Oh my god, okay, I'll show you up close. So, it's from Hemper. You can get a smaller version too. You don't have... This is the XL. And they come in all different colors. But it's like a not licensed, obviously, because it's Hemper. It's got the Hemper star instead of the Mario star. But the bubblers, the little one-up marshmallow? Mushroom. And it is my favorite bong. It's just so good. It holds a ton of water and it has a ton of airspace. So it cools the smoke down just so well. Did you send me a picture? Hold on, I gotta see it. Yoshi's Island was like my favorite game when I was a kid. I'd rent it all the time. Dude! Oh my god, they sent you legit food. That's a really good basket. Sometimes, you know those gift baskets they send you where it's like just a bunch of stuffing and like 2 jars of like fucking jelly or something? No giant butt plug. Boo. Eliza, hello, how are you, love? I miss you. Steaks? Dude, you win. When I was working at Johns Hopkins, they literally forgot about respiratory therapy week, and then they gave us all a mini hand sanitizer as our gift for thank you for unplugging people for minimum wage. It was great. Yes, it did. Hopkins is not a place you work for longevity nor for quality of work. You work there to get experience and leave. I'm doing all right. I don't know if you saw, Liza, my uncle passed away of COVID. He was an anti-vaxxer. And so the other day I was talking to my mom and I like clenched my jaw, I think, all day. So my jaw has just been killing me. Hold on. I gotta show you guys something. I paused my own stream because, again, I don't like to stare at my own face all day. That's crazy. I think I would literally go insane. But this is what it paused to. I just noticed. I don't even, like, what? You say it was great, but I get the feeling that you didn't think it was great. Oh, it wasn't great. That face. Why? My aunt, who only recently got vaxxed after being anti-vax, was COVID. Oh, has COVID. My mom is just getting over it. Oh, fuck, dude. How? How are they getting it? Is it just literally because they have to go out and be among humans? I don't know anyone who's gotten it. Personally, like, I know a couple people from stream and my uncle, but he was a very religious nut about being anti-vax, blah, 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 whatever. You know. Anyways, yeah, that's the ability that makes it so you can use it during battle. Otherwise, you can't, and it sucks. Your mom got forced to go into the office the week she got COVID. Excuse me, what? And she works for the fucking government.
Welcome to the classroom.
Wow. What? The fuck? Pyroblade just gifted 5 in the chat. Sorry, my jaw, I was trying so hard not to drop my jaw as far as it wants to drop because, wow. Thank you, Pyro, for gifting 5 subs in the chat. Guys, if you didn't know, if you've been gifted a sub in chat today, you can refresh the stream and you don't have to watch ads for a month. It's awesome. Pyro has given you the gift of freedom. Isutik, Legendary Rob, John83, Ayinia, and Strumcore, you are all buttwizz to the highest order. Please go forth and be consensual in every fucking way. And enjoy your emotes. Thank you. Mel, I think I just clenched it too much. Like, I spent a day talking to my mom about death and COVID, and I think I literally subconsciously clenched my jaw in anger and frustration all day because I just woke up the next morning and it was so tight on the right. It's just the jaw tendon is so tight. 11K people tested positive in the last 24 hours. What the fuck? I made myself sad and I need a dopamine hit. Why would you make yourself? You didn't do it on purpose. How can I give you a dopamine hit? Hold on, let me think. Fuck out of here. Not you. You're fine. Uno momento. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You're barking at nothing. And nobody cares. I need it. That's why I gave subs. Oh my god, thank you. Well, I was gonna help. Can I help? I have an idea.
Really like Komodo dragons.
If you could talk to Komodo dragons, what do you think you'd say to them?
I love you. You're so nice.
What do you think they'd say to you?
I think they would just say thank you.
Do you think they'd say I love you back?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
What would you do if you went to Panija?
I would just ride on all the Komodo dragons, but I know that Komodo dragons eat people.
Wait, what?
They eat people.
What?
This special animal eats people.
Are you afraid of them?
Nuh-uh.
Not at all?
Definitely not. They can eat people, which is so special.
Do you want to see an animal eat a people?
Actually, definitely, yeah.
Why?
Because it's like, I never seen an animal eat a person.
But you want to.
Yeah. Even though they might eat me, I still love them.
They're the best, basically, right?
Right. Basically. Right. Basically. Really like Komodo.
I love him so much. Pyro, did you love him?
Welcome to the classroom.
Oh, it hurts to smile that big. Sacrarion, thank you so much for resubbing to Class Game in the Classy Live.
And hailing the dank lord nude in your bathroom while your mom listens on the other side of the door. Daddy knows.
Right. Basically.
He's my hero. He's my...
Basically.
Right? Nameless. That's what I said. I was like, it's me as a child. I love him. But I hear they eat people. Facts. Are you going to incorporate the speech pattern in your everyday life to make yourself laugh? Actually, definitely, yeah. Knives gave that to me a couple days ago, and I just live for it. I made it a follower emote, which apparently is a thing now on Twitch. So even if you're not a sub, you can use the Shanks kid. Thanks.
Right, basically.
Pyro, did it help? I hope so. Oh my god, my eyes are leaking. Thank you. I have one more for you. Just to help. Because kids are hilarious.
Want to try wasabi?
No.
Do you want to try it?
No.
What up, Anubis?
Do you want to try it? Smell it. Smell it first.
Help. Help. Help.
I know that look in the eyes, like, it was so real and human. I know, Nameless, I'm sorry. It's just. I need an adult. They're so good. Go, kid, go. Oh my god, wasabi paste! What did it feel like to be the source of help?
Help.
I need somebody. Ooh, not just anybody. Can't sing the rest because DMCA will fire me, I guess. Who knows? Will someone get a Komodo dragon, feed them a human, ask the dragon what the human tastes like, and report back to us? I think we responsibly need to do that for this child. I don't even know how old that video is, but things need to happen. Wasabi. The mother puts like an itty bitty part on her tooth, and she says,
Help.
or they, I should say. Kids can't choose. What is this? Wait, is it another funny baby? Wait, it's not a funny baby. How did you get to dumb Karen from a baby? What hell are you living in?
That's America, guys. You have no freedom left. You have no rights. No rights at all.
This is what you guys do.
No freedom and no rights.
Stop it. Did they do a sit-in at Applebee's without masks on? Stop it. Okay, so they are babies. They are children. They are children. Yep. The heading is, imagine going to jail for fucking Applebee's. Multiple people arrested in New York City for trying to eat in Applebee's without a vaccine pass. Is this one of those sit-ins where people are like, we're all going to meet up and put Cheesecake Factory out of business? I know, Nameless. And even if they die of normal causes, like, you can't even keep the body. It's crazy. This is, I've seen this. Cheesecake Factory was, I mean, what? Oh, you got your booster? Dude, fuck yes! Mine is, like a week away, I think. Day after Christmas. I'm really excited. I mean, I'm not excited, but excited.
No rights at all.
This is what you guys do.
No freedom and no rights.
Most of the cops, only this fuck isn't wearing a mask. I don't know what's up with this guy. Wait. I have been arrested. That was not my face. Zaquarion, right? I'm like, thank you. Please do. I don't want to get sick from you. I won't die, but I can still get sick. I've seen this. So I saw this on the news yesterday. Apparently people are doing it to Cheesecake Factory, which is hilarious. You're never going to put Cheesecake Factory out of business. Are you kidding me? Their menu is longer than the DSM. It's never going to happen. They have magic. What?
To the classroom.
You know, I'm all for getting out of an Applebee's, but this is too much. Or is it just enough? Evil toaster, bitch.
Hail the dankest of toasters.
How are you, love? Thank you for the resub. Yeah, is that a cop? Was that a cop or a person? Because he looked like he had his hands. So watch the video again. He looks like he has his hands behind his back, but I can't tell. Because so far I see every single police officer has masks on except one, and he looks awfully douchey. I don't know what's going on there, but he's not I don't know. I'd wear a mask if I had to come in contact with people this level of dumb, but just me?
Hail Satan.
I'm not saying Hail Satan prevents COVID, but I'm not saying it doesn't. We fucking got arrested for sitting in an Applebee's, man. Mom's gonna be so proud. Yeah. That's a level of dumb. That's amazing. I only saw videos of people talking afterwards. I've not got to see them arrested. Bless you for this. Rod, did you give me this? Thank you. My fuck. They should be arrested. They're a walking hazard at this point. It's getting coverage. I mean, yeah, that's all they wanted. They just want to, like, be on the interwebs. Hi, Pixelated. How are you, love? Can I have the link to help? Absolutely. Hold on. It's actually in my Discord, so let me pull it for you. That's an old one. The help video is old, but it's a golden era. I was telling people when I was in college and I would get real sad and depressed, I would watch videos. There was this whole, like, cluster of videos of babies laughing hysterically at dumb things like something being knocked over or paper being ripped. Like a mom would literally just sit there with some paper and tear it, and the baby would just fall apart in tears. I used to watch these to bring my spirits up because nothing is better than, laughing babies. And this was part of it. This is pretty old, but there's your link. Did it go? Go. There you go. I think I gave you the right one. Hope so. All right. Got a steak thawing out for dinner and gonna make some linguine clam sauce. Vile. The fact that you cook this nice for just you is impressive. Like, I wouldn't even eat if people didn't remind me to, let alone cook. Although the other night I did make some pretty badass stuffed peppers. Pretty sure they don't have to read any rights. That's just TV. I have no idea. I had my Miranda rights read to me. That was scary. But he just did it to scare me because he was a douche. I don't get it. It's like boycotting a fuel station for a day. They've got 364 days of the occasional penny increase to make up those losses. Right? And I think the people are going there and ordering food, so they're still making money? I don't know what's going on. They do have to read you your rights? All right. I don't know. So thank you for letting us know. It's been years. When my rights were read to me, I was 14 and very drunk. 14? How old are you in 8th grade? 13 or 14? I ate some cheese from a bag. Dude, I've literally had like a handful of licorice as my like meal for the day. I'm right there with you, Vile. Like, if I don't have time, literally, I eat because I've become bored, which is so infrequent. It doesn't happen. Stuffed with what? So I had a bunch of leftover rice that was cold in the fridge, and so I stir-fried garlic and onions and butter, and then I put the rice in that, and I had stir-fried buffalo burger that I added to it, and some different taco seasonings like cumin or cumin or whatever the fuck you want to call that weird spice, and all that stuff. And then what I did was I cut the peppers in half, so I had the top that I like took the stem out of, and then I had the bottom. And I have there's these tortillas you can buy that are like, you have to cook them to eat them. They're not raw per se, but they're not edible yet. And so I have these tortillas where basically you just slide them around on your little tortilla stone a couple minutes and they're cooked. And I encased the peppers in those kind of like a phyllo dough with a layer of cheese, kind of like a gordita crunch or something, and then stuffed them with the rice and the meat and topped them with cheese and baked them. It was fucking delicious. But it was so much food. Like, I cook for an army and I ate like 2 bites out of a pepper. And that was the end for me. I love cooking smells. My response if arrested is, I will say nothing. I don't know what I would do. Cry, probably. Cumin. Cumin, thank you. I never know. Everybody pronounces it differently. Cumin, Quayman. Oh my God, stop it. Cumin. Quayman. I'm going to call it Quayman now. Ouch. But yeah, they were super tasty. And like the casing of that cookable tortilla made it so the pepper cooked. Because you know how sometimes you make, I don't know if you've ever done stuffed peppers, like the pepper sometimes is just like never cooked all the way through. It's crunchy. And it's not bad. It just doesn't fit the meal. It's a cumin. I'm gonna call it Quayman from now on and just wait. It's kind of like oh my God, what's that stupid green? Quinoa. I say quinoa just because it's funny. I know how to pronounce it. Oh, it was so good. It was really, really tasty. I've got a Mississippi pot roast that's been in the slow cooker for 4. Oh my God, that's the best and the worst. Nameless. I used to do that when I worked at the hospital. I work night shift, so I'd wake up at like 2 in the afternoon and I'd just throw like a pot roast in the slow cooker and all the veggies and everything and leave. And when I came home in the morning at 7 a.m., my house would smell like sex. It smelled so good. It was the best thing. Slow cookers are everything. I think it's quinoa, yeah. But there was one commercial years ago. It was like a football commercial for the Eagles. Oh my God, Slaith, I see you. Hold on one second. It was a commercial for the Eagles, and this guy's like fantasizing at his barbecue. He's tailgating at an Eagles game, and he's making these weird ass vegetarian burgers. And he picks up the box. He's like, "What the hell is quinoa?" And it made me cry laughing. I don't know why. Ever since then, I have said quinoa. What's a Mississippi pot roast? What's the difference? I'd say my most used appliance is probably my air fryer, just because I don't eat a lot, so I always have leftovers. And that thing is like amazing at heating stuff up for leftovers that you want crispy. I use my air fryer a lot, but definitely next is this. I actually have like, it's a slow cooker, but it's a pressure cooker too. I can't remember what it's called. It's huge. It's meant for like rice, but there's settings where you can click the lid shut and there's all these buttons on the front and you snap one and it slow cooks. But it's also a pressure cooker, so like you can cook dried beans in an hour. It's crazy. I love things I don't have to stand and stir. Especially since they let you bulk cook, yes. Oh my God. And it's always better the next day. What is that magic? Same with like chili. Why is it always better the next day? It's black magic. I was out with some, oh, wait. I saw Slaith. In the waiting room on my spouse Finley to get an x-ray of their foot. I saw this, so I really needed to read it. Been trying to get them to the doctor for 3 weeks. I think they have a fracture. Dude, I've had those. No. Is he okay? I had foot fractures just from running on pavement too often because I lived in an icy place and it was cold. But yeah, I've had those. They are hell. And literally there's nothing like Slaith. I probably like, it's good you're going to a doctor, but there's nothing you can do about it except not walk. It's horrible. And for a runner to tell a runner you got to put your foot up for 2 weeks to let this heal, that didn't happen. I'm sure my feet are fucked up now, but they don't hurt anymore. Every time I cook in my slow cooker, how do you fuck it up, Pyro? Is it because you touch it? The key is you put everything in and then you close it and you do not touch it. You don't open it. You don't look at it. You don't touch it. You don't touch it for like 6 hours. That's like, and I love shit like that because I got stuff to do. I can't stand food where I constantly have to be over the oven. It's not enough to keep my brain busy, so I'm bored. I'm like looking at my phone and stirring or something. But shit like that I can walk away from, it's the best. You just forget about it, literally. Yes, it's like an auto chef. Yeah, it's on my counter. I'll go look at it. We have to take a break in a bit anyways. But it's amazing. Like, it cooks rice so quick. I love it. I just bought an Instant Pot that can do... Oh, I think mine's an Instant Pot. Owie. I got too excited. Zaquarion, I'm pretty positive mine is an Instant Pot. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. It's amazing. It can do anything, and it's so nice because it's hard to fuck up. That's why Pyro, I'm like, how'd you do it? You forget about it. I got some Brunswick stew defrosting for dinner tonight. We got the hookup. Ooh, fuck yes. I got my bro an air fryer for his wedding. Dude, they're amazing. Air fryers are the shit. They literally, like, I very rarely touch my microwave. Microwave is like to heat up water or something. I don't even know. I never use it because I have the air fryer. It's amazing. 3-ish pounds of chuck roast, packet of ranch seasoning, packet of au jus, 5 pepperoncinis, ow, and some juice from the jar. Toss a stick of butter on top. Yum. That sounds amazing. I'd eat the fuck out of that. I think it's something to do with your nose smelling the food as you're cooking it, but the next day it tastes better. I think, I 100% agree. Dude, part of the reason I don't like to cook for myself is by the time I'm done cooking, I don't want to eat it. I've like eaten the meal, if that makes sense. Like I'll eat a salad after I'm done cooking and then I'm like, nah, I'm good. I've just smelt that for 6 hours. I'm over it. But I never even, like, I haven't eaten any of it. It's like you've smell filled. Pixelated, I'm so glad I'm not the only one. That's exactly my problem. Like I never eat anything I cook. And it's not because it's not good. I'm just done with it. Oh my God, Vile, I didn't know that. Well, that's probably good. I mean, you're protecting their privacy. The first 2 times it came out half raw after 6 to 8 hours? What the fuck? The second time, I don't know what I did. The third, I mixed 2 recipes. What kind of, like, cooker are you using? It sounds like your slow cooker isn't powerful enough, and I've had that problem. I had a slow cooker, literally, it just had 2 settings, like warm and cook, and it wasn't hot enough. They have to get to a certain heat. I think what they do is they heat up really hot, and then they trap the heat and cool down, and it slowly uses that low temperature to just, like, that's why everything comes out so, like, fall off the bone. Glut, I believe it 100%. Seriously. And it takes forever. That's knives, exactly. Like, that's the thing. Like, by the time I'm hungry, I don't want to cook for 2 hours. Like, I'm hungry right now. I'm going to eat a handful of licorice and move on. Instapot, yep, they're amazing. Seriously, if you don't have an Instapot or you're looking for a quick gift for somebody who isn't a chef but cooks their own food, Instapot. You can do anything in it. Seriously, it's incredible. And it's stupid easy. It has 3 settings. Yeah, I mean, if you really want to do it, I'd get an Instapot. They're incredible. There's nothing you can't do in it. The only thing that's kind of scary is it does have, like, because it's a pressure cooker, it has a steam release on the top. So if you have kids or you're dumb like me and you nick it, hot steam blows out of this tiny ass hole on the top of it and it will burn the fuck out of you. Side note, when I made those stuffed peppers, I pulled them out of the oven, put them on the counter, and then literally used my bare hand to scoot the tray and just burnt a perfect burn across my 3 top fingers. It was great. Why? Nobody knows. I love my air fryer, but cooking meat in it, I've never cooked anything raw in the air fryer before. Seriously. It's always leftovers or, like, you know, French fries from the freezer or something. I've never done raw in it. I don't trust it. That's so me. I really want to cook, but sometimes I'm too tired and I've reached the point where I'm super hungry. That's me every day. I just don't think about food all day. I don't know how people do it. I've said it before, and I'm not like anorexic. I eat. But there are some people who wake up first thing in the morning, they eat, and they eat multiple times throughout the day, and then they're eating dinner, and then they have a snack, and I'm just like, how do you find time to do literally anything else during the day if you're cooking and eating that often? It's wild. Steak in the air fryer? Have you done steak? My air fryer's base is only like this big. I'd have to get a pretty, like what are those little tiny cut? There's a cut that's pretty small. I can't remember. But my air fryer's not that big. Maybe I have a small one. Do you really cook raw on yours? And it works pretty well because it should. I mean, theoretically, all an air fryer is literally like a mini convection oven on your countertop. That's what it is. It's crazy. So in theory, it totally makes sense. I don't get on with pressure cookers, though. Mom has a very old pressure cooker that was for a gas cooker. Ooh. She kept saying, don't worry, it's got an emergency release, and it hasn't gone off in 35 years. That's beautiful. Snack foods, lots and lots of snack foods. That's what I do, too. I just don't even think about it until nighttime. Like, that's all I live off. I pretty much just eat snack foods. Like, yesterday, I think I had some licorice. I think I had a leftover wedge of a quesadilla and some M&Ms. All within an hour. That was my meal for yesterday. Like, no shame. Snacks are food. Mine isn't super big either. I can fit like 2 in there. Really? I'm gonna have to look and see if I could. Because I've done, I looked at a recipe for doing like wings in it. And I don't know. I'm so weird about meat. I have a weird, like, is it done? Am I gonna get sick? I don't know why. I always have. I grew up in a family of butchers with just like fresh meat off a farm. So store-bought shit freaks me out. Always has, though. This is why I'm like mostly vegetarian. Just because I don't crave meat much. Did you do wings? Did they come out crispy? Because I feel like they'd be piled on each other and all stuck together. I look fertile. God damn, I look like a cow today. Jesus. Ooh. I love kale chips. I've never made them, but I bought them. Honestly, my eating varies. I tend to binge a couple times a day. I pretty much do that, but like at... Oh, you shocked me. The dogs. Oh, they torture me every day. You have to layer the wings. What do you mean? What do you put between them? I love you, David. Thank you so much for painting that gorgeous picture of me. And you made my you made my day. You made my year. My year. Thank you for that. I hope you have a wonderful day and you're safe. Just, oh, so you mean like one layer, small batches? See, I literally could go get it for you. The base of my air fryer would maybe fit 3 wings. Like, I'm not going to put in the effort to do that many batches. Just, that's me. I'm lazy. I don't want to. I'd rather just order some wings from someone and do something productive while they cook it. Yeah, it's deep. It's like this deep, but the base is not big. The image on the box of the Instapot has a whole chicken in it. Holy shit. I guarantee you could do it. I trust the Instapot more than anything. That thing is wild. I've cooked, like, you can buy, like, dried black beans, rinse them, you know, but you don't have to soak them. Toss them in. They're done in an hour. What? I grew up working in a Mexican restaurant. Like, you have to soak dried beans overnight, like, at least 24 hours just to get them to boil. And that bitch does them in an hour. It's wild. It's very powerful. Yeah, I think my air fryer, literally, I think I bought it, like, when air fryers got invented, like, 10 years ago. Like, the first air fryers that came out, I think I saw it at Bed Bath & Beyond, and I had a coupon or something, and I picked it up. It's very old. I'm probably due for a new one. Side note, I don't know what to do for Zach for Christmas. Maybe it's that. 3 pork chops? Wow. 2 people's worth of chips. That's mine, too. Yep. Mine's the same. Like, because it's deep, you could throw a bunch of chips in it. It's totally fine. And by chips, I mean fries, whatever you want to call them. Tater tots, whatever. But anything that, is going to stick together that needs, like, a wide base, I can't really do in it. But if you guys know of a big air fryer that maybe I could get someone for Christmas, you should throw me a link. I can't tell if it's sore because I'm talking now or if I did something more to it. I just don't know. 7.6 liters on your air fryer or on your Instapot? My Instapot's pretty fucking big. Stoves have built-in air fryers? Shut the fuck up. You mean the convection oven underneath? Or are you fucking with me? Oh, Anubis, that's... my big ol', the Instapot, that little steam release thing, I almost burnt one of my walls with it because I had it up against the wall and I didn't even realize. The convention setting, right? Yeah. I feel like mine is 4 quarts or something. You'd probably want something bigger. I'm going to look at mine and see what it is. I might even bring the basket over here and be like, yo, bitches, ours is broken too, actually. My mom's oven's actually an air fryer. It has a button that says air fry. The fuck? So what's the difference between convection and air fry? I thought that was like the same thing. It's just like a circulating the hot air so it cooks all the way around as opposed to just the top or just the bottom, right? Is there a difference? Am curious. Air frying, also known as blowing hot air on something, also known as convection, when it's been through marketing. Conversion? Oh, wait. So what's convection? Oh, you meant convection. Okay. I corrected you and then thought maybe it was a word. Blows harder. I mean, bitch, blow it. Why is it called a blowjob? Does anybody here like their dick blown up like a balloon? Because I don't. This one? Oh, thank you, Vile. Oh, ow. That's a really nice one. Oh, that'd be so nice. Okay. I wonder if I can find it on Amazon. Just because of the fast shipping. Thank you. Ouch. It probably is the same thing. Oh, I'm sure. They always come up for new verb. I mean, I was actually watching Trevor Noah the other day talking about all the new words that Fox News invented this year. It was very interesting. Convection is usually huge and meant for industrial settings. Pretty sure an air fryer is just a mini consumer version. That's literally how I describe it. I'm like, it's like a little convection oven on your countertop. It's just nice because you don't have to preheat your whole oven if you just want to heat up some french fries, you know? Maybe the name comes from the end result of someone blowing a load. Oh, maybe. I never even thought. I've questioned this my whole life, and I've never thought of that. Alcohol Crew. How did you just come up with that? That's genius. Wait, stop it. Is this? Okay, so a really fun trick to do to someone who regularly leans in to kiss you is when they do it, most people close their eyes. Even if it's for a peck, most people close their eyes, put your mouth around their nose as fast as you can, and blow really hard. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to take This is a sniff away from elevator music or like waiting at the abortion clinic music. Just a sniff. Just a sniff. Grilled cheese is so good. Have you ever put Munster on grilled cheese? Your life will be fucking ruined. So good. Have you ever had baked brie? Oh my god, you bake it in phyllo dough or like puff pastry. Holy shit. Munster cheese. Oh my god, it's my favorite for a grilled cheese. You put Munster in like provolone or something. Bitch. That's a good cheese. It's not a strong flavor by any means. It's not like fucking gonna take over the sandwich. It's just very good. Baked camembert, no, but I've wanted to do it for years. I've seen that recipe. Every year I always see it and I'm like, I'm gonna do it, but I don't have anyone to make it for. Like, I'm not going to eat a fucking wheel of cheese. I will have one bite and be full for the next 3 days. Gouda or Havarti. Yep, both of those are real good. Yeah, I've had to search because cheddar is like, I thought I was getting like lactose intolerant, but it's just cheapy fucking American cheese that makes me feel sick. So I had to go explore, and to my benefit. Munster Swiss provolone. Oh, fuck yes. That's a really good grilled cheese. You win. You can get tiny wheels. You know what's weird is just because of COVID, like I haven't really been like all of the like nice little marketplaces and stuff have all been closed down. So all we have is like Safeway, which is, you know. You could do a Baby Bell, but I don't know if I'd want to eat that. That's not I don't really like them. They kind of taste like plastic. Maybe that's just me. Oh my god, smoked Gouda. Holy shit, Zakarian. One time I went to Whole Foods, I think, because I just wanted to get it. Like, Whole Foods has a dope cheese counter. Don't scratch it. Their cheese counter is amazing. And in Baltimore, it was like the only place you could go to get kind of different cheeses. And I got a block of that and I ate it in like 2 days. Smoked Gouda is like addictingly delicious. Holy shit. Or smoked mozzarella. Smoked cheese is just incredible. But holy fuck, dude. I ate so much. I couldn't stop eating it. It was so good. Just cutting it up and eating it. Fucking Christ. Smoked Gouda is so good. If you haven't had it, ow. My jaw hurts. It sucks when your job is to talk and your face is fucked up. Do you like smoked flavors in general, Vile? Like, have you ever used, like, liquid smoke or something? Because I find it's kind of polarizing. Like, some people just don't like that smoky flavor, which I totally respect. More for me. Swiss, smoked Gouda, and cheddar? Oh, fuck. Uh-huh. Not really, no. Only for fish dishes. There you go. Yeah, it's probably the smoke. I totally get it. I have a really good recipe for a chili mac. Ow. Moving my jaw to the side. And you use liquid smoke in it to, like, add a smoky flavor. And either people fucking love it or they're like, why is it burnt? And I'm like, oh, I get it. You don't like it. I get it. Me too, Bolvie. The best way to eat a grilled cheese as a patty melt? What do you mean? Like, wait, explain. And do you cut it down the middle or do you do a crossways? What kind of way do you cut your sandwiches? Baby bells are better if you peel them. Oh my god, you're supposed to peel them? Shit. You've never had smoked Gouda knives? If you like cheese and you like smoky flavors, smoked Gouda is fucking amazing. It's so good. If you have a Whole Foods near you, like seriously, they usually do this thing where the cheese counter they'll have like a basket of little wedges of all the different cheeses. Like you can buy like little $3 wedges and just try the different cheeses. I would do that and look for a smoked Gouda in there. Yep, and I love scotch. I love that peaty flavor. And some people really don't like that peat. I think they call it peat, is like the smoky-ishness of it or something. I noticed that with scotch. Like I like scotch, but I am weird. I like bitter flavors. If you ever get time knives, just try it. That cheese it's so good. If you don't like it, I will be very sad for you because it's just so good. Mozzarella slices on rye cracker with tomato and rocket. Oh my God, I had the grossest pizza recently. They put arugula on it. No. A patty melts a hamburger between 2 grilled cheese sandwiches. Wait. Like 2 whole sandwiches? You realize I could eat a bite of that. It sounds incredible. But for someone with the stomach of a bird, it's just a waste of food. Restaurant setting is provolone and Swiss duck bacon. Wait, how? Yum, though. I love smoke tasting foods and drinks. I got the privilege of knowing my sister's husband, who has a smoker in his backyard. Yes, me too. I love like the smell of a barbecue, like burning, charring meat juices. I like arugula, but they put it on the top of a pizza and like cooked it. And cooked arugula is like bitter cock. It was terrible. I was like, why would you cook it? Like they put the cheese on top of it and then cooked it in. Why would you do that? I've never ever had cooked arugula in my life, and it really ruined the pizza because like all of that bitter just went into the pizza, so the whole pizza just tasted like chewy arugula, the whole thing. I love arugula, but you're supposed to sprinkle it on fresh, I thought. I don't know. I'm from the East Coast. They do pizza weird here. They have a taco pizza. It's wild. That's what I thought, Anubis, and that's why it wasn't good because I don't hate arugula. Like I was excited. It was like prosciutto and something like caramelized onions and arugula or something. It was going to be bomb, but it just tasted like arugula. A patty melt's basically a burger grilled cheese, not between. Okay, so it's not 2 whole sandwiches. I was going to say, there's no fucking way I could eat that. I'm a big person. I don't eat for my size. I just don't have a big stomach. I snag. I probably eat plenty of calories, obviously. My ass is huge. But I just like, I get full so fast. Food is just such a waste. Smoky porter. Gimme. Oh, yeah. A McDonald's double cheeseburger. Do you want to know what I ordered at McDonald's? I literally order a children's cheeseburger. 1. If I go to McDonald's. That's all I can. That's it. And I'm not bragging. It's a problem. I feel like I waste so much fucking food. Like an American, if you live here or been here, American portions are enormous. So if you go out to eat, literally it looks like you didn't touch your food. Like the waiter's always like, did you not like it? I'm like, no, it's delicious. It's just for a family. 2 grilled cheese. I mean, it sounds amazing. Like that's the stoner food I would get behind. 100%. I just couldn't eat it. I'd be like, someone else order it so I can have a bite. A burger as grilled cheese? I mean, I love grilled cheese. It's like a perfect food. Amazing taco pizza, actually. Taco flavored beef, lots of cheese, and after it's cooked, you put the crisp. That's the way it's supposed to be. But when the lettuce is cooked, it's fucking weird. I've been one of those hipster places downtown Chicago and tried a pear. I love pears. I'm not hating. Pear pepperoni goat cheese pizza with pesto sauce. It was good. Okay. I mean, I don't doubt it. I've had some weird fucking ingredients on pizza that are incredible. But what the fuck? I'm not a huge fan of goat cheese, though. And it's simply because I feel like anything on a menu that they put goat cheese in, they always put 10 times more than you actually want. Like, if you get a salad with goat cheese, they hand you a pound of goat cheese in the middle. And I'm like, I don't want that. It's okay if they, did, feta, but they'd never do. I know, Rod, and you've seen me. I'm not small. I'm 6 feet-ish. Maybe shrunk. I don't know yet. But I fill up. When I was a kid, my mom tells these stories. I was that kid that would be, dancing next to my table seat, eating my dinner. I couldn't sit and eat. I would just, take a couple bites and be, sitting there with my own soundtrack in my head or something. I don't mind goat cheese. It's just way too much. Thank you, Kinger. I'd give it to you. I think it's partially too much and the texture, like that creamy texture gets me. I don't like it. I watched a Friendsgiving stream, and they smoked so much goddamn meat. Oh my god, yum. See, and Vile, that would be delicious. That's the way it should be. But sometimes, I mean, and I'm sure it's just because not very many people order goat cheese. They're like, oh, we can get rid of some. Quap. Sales is the most hardcore my wife is my neighbor person on Twitch now. I mean, I do think it's precious you still say wife. That was me, Knives, like just shaking from, energy. You don't have to want a pound of goat cheese to enjoy it. I wish it's that creamy ass texture. Like I can't eat a salad with too much dressing on it. For instance, it becomes wet and creamy and I don't like it. Like I'm a very light dressing. If dressing, like sometimes I don't even add salad dressing at all. I don't like soggy wet. I want to spit it out. I can't eat cottage cheese on its own, but when I was a kid, my Nana used to make this really strange dessert for my grandfather that she would make for us when we were there. They raised us half of our life. And it was like a big old dollop of cottage cheese, and then she would put a canned pear on it and sprinkled cheddar cheese, and it was delicious. But it was a mixture of textures. It wasn't like just squish. Are they picky? Are they both picky, Pixelated? I'm a dunker. If I go out, Aenia, same. I always have it on the side. Have you seen Mythical Kitchen? Yes, I love them. Yes. They deconstructed a Wendy's Baconator and made one with the best possible ingredients. Oh my god, $230. Wow. Toaster, I'm on your side. I don't like soggy food. I don't like mayonnaise. I don't put mayonnaise on a sandwich. Ew. I'll take a dry sandwich any day. Like, I have a glass of water for that. But soggy food. You give me a burger and the bottom bun is wet. I can't eat it. It's just wet. I don't like it. It's just the feel in my mouth. It could taste the same, but my mouth is like, no, why is this wet though? I love soup. I'm a big soup fan. Yep, but not thick, creamy soup. I don't do creamy soup, like cream of potato or cream of whatever. Clear soup or chili or something. Are you really, Aenia? Thank you so much. You're maybe the only person on my side, maybe in the world. Everybody thinks I'm an idiot because I eat dry sandwiches, but no, I don't want wet bread. Ew. They're both fairly adventurous. I'm forgetful, and I know there's something Mom likes and BF doesn't. I'm not really picky about the food I'm eating as long as it's not wet and soggy. That's it. I just need textures. My wife even wrote on my big Christmas present from the nice neighbor lady. That makes me happy. Yes, I was seeing if you're here still here. BDO, it's kind of bugging me. It only hurts if I move my jaw from side to side or open it too wide. Talking just general like this, no pain. I'm fine. But if I try to do a face like that, like I just tried to do, it hurts. It's just this tendon. I can feel it last night, actually, because I did not speak all day. I kept my mouth fucking shut all day. And at the end of the night, it didn't hurt as bad, but it was clicking. So I know it's that tendon between the two jaws. I can feel it. It's just sore. I like thick textures. Like creamy soup. Man, it's just the texture, Pixelated. I've tried. I love split pea soup. I do like split pea soup. My Nana used to make homemade split pea soup, and it was fucking delicious. I'll get chowder at a restaurant, but it tends to be different. It's thinner. If I go to Boston or something, I'll definitely get a cup of chowder. I love chowder. Or Ivar's in Seattle, absolutely. But canned chowder, it comes out so fucking creamy and thick looking. I'm like, that's cum. Not that I have a problem with cum, I just don't want to swish it around my mouth. Every time I go to a sandwich making place, they always go for lettuce as a topping. I don't want lettuce on my sandwich. I love lettuce on a sandwich. I'm a big proponent. I used to pile it just for the crunch. It doesn't add anything but a crunch. Yeah, Aenia, same. We should have a sandwich party. Aenia and I would make the best sandwiches. It's all texture, yeah. It's just the mush. The mush. I don't like mush. Can't. Yep, same. I can't do it. Pixelated. When I was a kid, my grandpa, they lived in the Pacific Northwest, so they would always go clamming and oyster digging and shit, and he would just fry oysters, and they were like, I mean, if you've ever seen an oyster come out of a shell, it's like this fucking big. It's like a testicle, and he would fry it and just eat them. And they would pop in his mouth, and he would like say it and describe it because he knew it freaked me out. Why? So many crunchy things in the world. Ooh, chips on a sandwich is very underrated. You want to know something creepy I used to do when I was a kid? I hate admitting this because it sounds so gross, but my mom would give me a Nutri-Grain bar and then a little bag of Cheez-Its in my little sack lunch, and I would take the Nutri-Grain bar, and on the ends they're open, and I would slowly slide Cheez-Its into it until the whole thing was lined with one perfect layer of Cheez-Its, and then I would eat it. Don't do this anymore. Why did I do that? I don't know. Made it crunchy, probably. Mouthfeel. It's a big thing. I've read about it with ADHD. I don't define myself as being just ADHD, but one thing ADHD people deal with is being understimulated chronically. And so a lot of us will be very overweight because we'll eat to stimulate our mind, chew constantly, crunchy stuff. I despise pudding and chocolate mousse because of the consistency. It has to have something else in it. Like, I can do chocolate mousse if it's got, like, chocolate chips in it or something, because otherwise I feel the exact same vile. Like, it's vile. What a good word for it. I won't insult your name that way, no. It's disgusting. I did try some while we were in Seattle for the sake of being adventurous. It was okay. What did you try? What did you try, Pixelated? Mealy? Like a mealy apple? A mealy apple can ruin apples for me for a year. I feel like you still do it. What do I do? I've forgotten already, Knives. What do I do? I probably do. I like fried chicken or fish, but the mushy later, if the breading's too big, nope. I can't do it either. No, it has to be almost burnt for me to even consider it. I'm the exact same, Ania. I'm so glad I'm not alone. The cracker thing, you totally still do that. I haven't bought a Nutri-Grain in years. It's simply because I don't buy those two things. Like, I don't actually want them. But if I had a Nutri-Grain and some Cheez-Its, you bet your ass I would. Because I'm like an adult and in control of my own food, I just buy food I like now, so I don't have to do strange things like that to it. ADHD is incredible. It is so strange when it's a crazy brain set that like so many things are associated to it that people don't really realize. They just shame you for it, I have issues with touch clothing, and I don't like I don't like the texture of nuts. What kind of things do you not like when you touch them? Because same. I literally, if I go anywhere, a mall or anywhere, I touch everything. Like, I don't even realize I'm doing it. I have to feel everything I walk by. I'll grab a sleeve of something and I just do this real quick, and I feel everything. But there are certain materials and shit that will make me want to vomit. I'm curious what yours are. Because I'm kind of the same. Most things I just love. I'm very tactile. I just like to feel different things. But like in nature, I always put my hands on the trees and on the rocks, and I'm picking shit up. Like, I just always have been that way. But there's like some materials of clothes, usually like cheaper, like polyesters and shit, that it's almost like the feel is static. I would never, Eliza.
Right, basically.
I have a friend who I had seen drop to his knees in concentration to not puke, all from this texture of like an uncooked onion in his food. I feel it. I've never done it. I've never actually puked. Like, I'll just spit it out. I don't get nauseous from like a mushy texture. I just don't want to eat it. You would never? Ren Fair? I don't know what you're talking about. What's that? Oops. I'm trying to think what's like the grossest. I mean, I told you guys the other day when we were talking about Dr. Claw, he was eating fucking those bamboozled beans. I did that one time ever when they first came out, and I got a fish one. That might be the worst thing I've ever. I almost puked. Like, I was retching. It was so bad. I've never eaten those ever again. The risk of getting another fish one was just too much. That was so bad. Of chalk, pastels, charcoal. I don't like them either. Anything that makes that squeak on your fingertips, I hate it. Anything that does a squeak like that. I don't mind writing with chalk. Like I've definitely written with chalk. The chalkboard thing doesn't get me, but it's like holding styrofoam. Like if you get something in styrofoam and you have to pull it out of a box, that feel on my hands makes my hands like tingly. I don't like it. I also have a really bizarre thing that happens. Only one other person has ever told me this thing happens to them. But if I walk on a slippery surface, the soles of my feet ache. Like they clench up. It's crazy. It's like my body telling me not to go forward. Like if I just step on ice, but I'm fine. I haven't slipped or anything. The arch of my foot will just ache. Like my body is screaming at me to get away from slippery thing. It's so weird. Ritz crackers are delicious. Coconut. I like coconut. Have you ever had low quality chicken and you get that weird texture where it's squishy meat or something? Oh, actually, chicken is probably my number one least favorite meat in the whole world. I kind of avoid it like the plague. Simply because the vast majority of the times you get chicken anything, you can see like the tendons and shit. And with the amount of surgery I've seen, all I see is people. It's my head. I'm a little fucked up. Same kill, same. You know what texture always bothers me and always surprises people? Selenite. What is that? What is selenite? Do I have to Google it? The idea of eating a fish stick makes me gag. I'm real picky about fish. Growing up, I spent a lot of time in the Pacific Northwest where you have fresh fish, and fresh fish does not smell fishy. It smells like seawater. So fishy smell is bad. That's literally bacteria gas being produced by the bacteria breaking down the fish meat. So when I smell anything that's fishy, quote unquote, I'm just like, nope. That smells like the crab pots they leave on the docks to rot all summer. Touch-wise, it's mostly human-related, but I do have issues with chalkboards and cannot be in a room with someone using a nail file. Oh, you'd hate me. I probably have 500 nail files in my house on every single surface. I cannot have, like, a hangnail. I cannot have a ridge on my fingernail because I will pick it until I don't have a fingernail anymore, so I have to file it right away. I'm a picker. Any, like, ridge or thing, uneven texture, I'll do it, like, subconsciously. I don't even realize it, and suddenly there's, like, blood trickling off my body, and I'm like, oh, shit. It's bad. Pixelated. I mean, aren't we already? I feel like it. We're getting there. Ooh, this is selenite. Okay, thank you, Pyro. Carrots, grains, all fine. Just coconut. I get it. Dude, there's some, like, I don't like the texture of papaya, but it's because it's mush. Papaya, I've like juiced a papaya. Papaya juice is delicious. But eating a papaya, it's just too mushy. I have to look at this selenite. Selenite's a popular crystal when it comes to cleansing and clearing the home, blah, blah, blah. I don't want that. What's the actual? So you touch this? What happens when you touch it? Like it feels icky on your skin? Ow. Yeah, picking is bad. It's big time ADHD thing. It's because we're chronically understimulated. We either stimulate ourselves subconsciously, leg shaking, finger tapping, picking, or we pass out. I literally used to be like borderline narcoleptic when I was in high school. And my teachers would like call my mom and be like, your daughter needs to get more sleep at night. She keeps passing out in my class. And I'd go home crying and be like, no, they're just so fucking boring. I physically can't stay awake. Like they could push me out of my desk. One of my coaches was also a teacher, so he was a little rough and tumble. He'd push me out of my desk and I wouldn't wake up until I hit the ground. But then you wake up and you're fine. It's like your brain needed a restart for 2 seconds. It was real weird. And I thought literally something was wrong with me. I got plenty of sleep. But it's when you become like so understimulated that your brain will just shut down. It'll go, no, we don't have enough serotonin to keep your heart pumping, so we're gonna go bye-bye now. That's all it is. Serotonin, my dudes. So underrated. Seriously? Oh, Zakarian, good to know. I will not file my nails on stream. Not that I do that. Then the blood trickle becomes a scab, which is uneven, and then a scar. I have so many scars on my body. Most from injuries, but a lot from me exacerbating the injury because I can't help but pick it. Of a salvia trip I had where the world felt like it was made out of basketballs. Was that good or bad? I got super bored a few days ago and cleaned. Oh my God, I literally just did that yesterday. I'm not even kidding you. Look what I did to one of my nails. Can you see what I did? You can't see it. Are we the same person? I literally just did that yesterday and made my cuticles bleed because I can't stop going. What the fuck? It was a fun trip. Good, I'm glad. I don't know how I'd feel about the world being. I played basketball for many years, but I don't know how I'd feel about the world being a basketball. It always feels like it's moist and sandy. Ew, gross. I don't like that. There's a texture I love, coconut milk chia seed pudding. It's like getting, oh my God, I love chia seeds. I'm all about chia seeds. I'm there with you. I used to make overnight oats. That was a big thing when I was in college because you could just make like basically oatmeal in your fridge in a mason jar and then just pack it in your bag for school the next day. It was delicious. The world is a vampire. Dude, I did it. So most of my nails look fine, but one of them, I did it bad. I do it. It's terrible. I bet I could give you. Are you a chewer? Are you a nail biter? My brothers and sisters all bit their nails. I'm so glad I never did. Scars meant you survived. It's amazing that we can survive. Isn't it amazing that we survive everything we do? I think about that a lot. Like, yes, there's countless death and horrible things happening all over the world, but for those of us who survive, it's kind of a miracle no matter what. Most of us. Some of us are coddled in a bubble, but most of us, it's like, you think back on your childhood and you're like, I should have died. I should be dead. Wow. I was your most watched channel in 2021. I'm flattered. You know what I like to do with those lists? I'm baffled that anyone would watch me as much as most of you have. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, but I like to look at who else you watch and make sure I'm not a shitty person. Because I assume if the rest of the people in your top 5 are like cool people, then I must not be a shithole. Dude, nail biting, my sister did it for years. A lot of people, it's the same as picking. It's just something you don't even notice you're doing. Squeaky, that's what I do. I have nail stuff on every surface because otherwise I'll destroy my fingernails just picking at them. My issues with clothes is that I absolutely cannot stand things like the labels, underwear, oh my God, seams. There was a big moment when, oh God, it was like the early 2000s, right when Victoria's Secret came out with their pink line, you know? Where they'd put the seam of the underwear straight up your cooch and asshole. Like the seam was it was like 2 pieces they just put together, but they were like, yeah, let's put the seam up against your clit and your lips. It was terrible. Why did you do that? We were all suffering for years. I think that was when I left. I stopped going to Victoria's Secret after that. I was like, I don't want this. It's like a permanent wedgie. CK and Zeke, my 1 and 2. You guys don't have to tell me if I'm on your list or not. Seriously, like, if you hang out with me one day a year, I'm honored. I don't even get a list. I don't even think I'm gonna get one. I don't know. Streamers last year, we didn't get one for like a month. Yeah, you had to like opt into marketing apparently to get a list of who you watch the most, which is wild. I didn't know that. Like 48. Hey, do you watch that many streamers? Because that's impressive. So, Pyro, apparently if you opted into letting Twitch research you, I don't even know, honestly, then you get an email in the next couple weeks or today that tells you who all these stats, like how many hours you watched. If for me, it tells me like how many hours I streamed, blah, blah, blah. I'm not a nail biter because I can't handle broken nails. That's me. I'm not a nail biter because ever since like day 1, I've filed my nails down. I keep them short. I can't. I see weed, I smoke it. Same. Same, John. Are they still going out? Last year it took weeks. I would start a job in the training, which is usually like a couple weeks, but I would fall asleep. Oh my God, same. I fell asleep so many times in training. Thankfully, when you work at a hospital, your training's on your feet, but same. I mean, it is, for anybody that hasn't experienced it, I don't know what narcolepsy feels like, but it's the only thing I can compare because nothing can pull you out of it. Once your head is on your hand and your body has gone into shutdown, you have to stay for like 2 minutes. And then all of a sudden you're like renewed. It's like you woke up from 8 hours of sleep, but your brain was so lacking in serotonin, you had to shut down for a minute. And I could not. Like, I couldn't lift my head if you asked me to. It was like I wasn't there anymore. It's weird. I'm 48, but you don't watch that many? Well, fuck me. What did I do wrong? They'd threaten you? That's fucked up. I watch a German streamer first thing in the morning because I'm up at an ungodly hour. I usually watch Siri. She's Swedish. Just because she's up super early. Nail biting is bad for your teeth too? Absolutely. Yeah, it tears the enamel. You can usually tell a nail biter because if you look at the bottom, like I don't know, that side of the teeth, the bite side of the teeth, you can almost see like a concaveness, and you can see a different color where the enamel's on the outside and then the inner tooth. Wings, Zeke, cheers. Oh, dude. I mean, those are good emotes, honestly. I wonder what mine will be. Probably cheers. Playing stringed instrument always has me trimming my nails. You know, that was honestly also probably why I kept my nails really nice, because I played piano for years. And you cannot, if my piano teacher was very anal about fingernails, like she had nail clippers and she'd clip your nails if they weren't short enough. If she could hear your fingernail on the key, A, she could tell you weren't playing very well because you should not be playing like this most of the time. And B, she would fucking cut your nails. She always did. And I've just gotten used to it because even at the hospital, you're not allowed to have long nails because you're underneath your fingernail is such a little hotbed of bacteria and fungus. It's disgusting. Exponentially more so if you have acrylics. And imagine working healthcare, like being inside of bodies. You could spread fucking shit. So thinking of that, I just don't keep long nails because I'm like, do I want that in my everyday life? No. Serotonin, Essential for Life. Also a good song by Girl in Red. Amen. It honestly, I get very mad sometimes. I'll be sitting in bed at night just thinking to myself, like, most of my inner issues would be solved if I could just manage to make enough serotonin. And that's depressing. I have an issue with germs. I don't understand. Dude, nails are the dirtiest thing other than your mouth, so putting them together is probably not a good idea. I went to make my dad a drink with ice after handling raw meat. Oh, God. I mean, at least you're safe. I also wanted to be a surgeon, so it took me a while to stop washing my hands to the elbow. I still do that. You should. Your arm touches people all the time. Ew. And we cough into our elbow, so we probably want to wash that off. I can feel my brain shut down if it's been too long, and sometimes I wake up, excuse me, and something that gets missed during the booting. Like one time I woke up and couldn't remember the meaning and significance of numbers. I've done that. Or I'll wake up with a word stuck in my head, like the word fork. And I'll say it so many times trying to figure out why the fuck I'm thinking of the word fork. It won't make sense anymore. It won't be a word. And I'll be like, what is this? Where did this come from? Why do we say fork? What is a fork? Now it's happening again. When people say to not touch your face, it's probably because of what's under them nails, dude, and what you touch all day. Like, you see people, very low percentages of them wash their hands or sneeze into their arm. They're just sneezing on every surface you touch. So, like, you open the door to go into Walgreens, where there's a pharmacy where many people are going to get varied medications, and then you itch your cheek. Whatever the fuck was on that doorknob is thriving. Ugh. Walk, walk, walk. Must be a German thing. Good thing I'm not German. I do like to work, though. I don't think I'd ever retire. I'd be bored. And it's just like having a purpose to wake up every day, not necessarily making money. Fuck the feeling of searching for a specific word and you can't find it, but the more you try, the more you can't. Oh my God. And then the word's not a word anymore. It's the worst. I've done it so many times. I go to sleep with song lyrics stuck in my head. I'm dead asleep. There's a fucking fruit fly in here. Get out of here. And have the lyrics replaying. I am so used to it, basically background noise now. Do you listen to music while you go to sleep ever? I have never been I don't touch my face, but it's because I went through a really weird period in my life where I wore way too much makeup. And touching your face would smear your eyebrow. So, even if I'm not wearing makeup, like, I'll go to itch my eye like I am, and then I'll be like, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Yes, it's so weird. I don't know why brains do that. I don't know enough about linguistics and stuff, but I do it a lot. And this is why I don't wear makeup. I wear makeup for fun, really. It's like getting dressed for me. It's like fashion. I don't wear a lot of jewelry. I don't accessorize. For me, it's makeup because I also don't wear exciting clothes. I'm pretty much the same thing every fucking day of my life. So for me, makeup is like my one accessory, and I only do it when I'm feeling the jive. Aquarion, that's me. If I'm not listening to music, I have it going in my head, like I'm singing something. That's the worst part of this job bullshit is I can't sing. yesterday. I didn't even realize it. I'd been sitting around silent all day, and I put on some music on YouTube and went to sing and was like, oh. You don't realize how much your mouth moves singing. I have to look it up, facts. It'll drive me insane. I've left Twitch streams on, but none that play music. I just listen to music constantly. It gives me dopamine, serotonin, same. I was just talking about this the other day, Squeaky. Like, music, I can physically use music to completely change my mood. And I don't know why music does that to me, but it's always been like food. Like, before in the morning, if I'm feeling really groggy and just not into it, and I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to talk to stream today, I can put on a couple choice songs and be boop right up. And it's magic. I have no clue what that is, though. I'd love to study it. Like sound and what it affects. Same with bad music, though. You put on a song that I fucking despise, anything by the Counting Crows, and I will spiral. I'm like, no, please, why? Oh my god, that was a very weird game. What the fuck? How does he find these? Classic conditioning? Maybe? I mean, I grew up very musical. My mom always has music on. I grew up playing clarinet, piano, opera lessons. Like, music is a very big part of just who I am and my psyche, I'm sure. But I can use it to just twist my day and make me feel better. And it works like magic. It's almost instant. Like, I just feel this jolt. It's very strange. My friend and I used to blast some hard, pissed off rock, Disturbed. I love Disturbed. Old Disturbed. When we were pissed and it would just get the anger out. I also used some electro music to try to help wake me up in the morning. Absolutely. It works. My alarm is a playlist on Spotify. It's called the Tarantino Jukebox. So every morning I get a different song, but it's out of thousands of songs. Every song that's ever been used in a Tarantino film. It's amazing. It's like the best list I've ever found. But every morning I get a different song, and it never puts me in a bad mood because it's usually dope music. Actually, this morning I woke up to the song from BioShock. Oh my god, what is the song? I can't even think of it. I just know what it was because I heard it when it went off, and I was like, oh. Fuck me. What is the song? What's it called? I'm just blanking on the name of it. I wake up with a song in my head almost every morning. Same. Or at least a craving to listen. Beyond the Sea, thank you. Yes, that was the song that woke me up this morning. Great song. I tend to sleep through my alarms due to hearing the songs over and over. Exactly. And that's same with me. It's any sound, any alarm that's repetitive. That's why I have to do something like this. I either have to set myself 5 different alarms with 5 different sounds that I change regularly, or I have to do something like this because I'm the same. If I get used to that sound, I'm not going to wake up. Oh, Robo Blake. What's up, honeybean? How are you? It's okay. Twitch has been down half the week anyways. I didn't grow up doing musical instruments, but my mom raised me with classical music, and they had a massive cassette and CD collection. Nice. Moving them was a bitch, but music became part of my life for everything. It stayed with me. That's so awesome, though. I feel really bad for people that don't find pleasure in music. Miniman. Day's pretty good. I mean, other than my jaw bugging me. I think it's just sore because I'm talking. Like, I went from an entire day of resting it to talking to all of you all day, so it's a little sore now, but it's okay. My karma's good? Fuck yes. Hell yes. My mom, so Squeaky Snake, we had a similar situation. So when my dad was dying, my dad had hepatitis C and liver failure and all this shit from being an alcoholic. And when he was dying, because my mom is a healthcare professional, she was like, I'm not going to let him die in a hospital. Bring a hospital bed to our house, and I will take care of him here while I run a motel. Literally, my mom ran a motel single-handedly and helped a man die. It was crazy. And raised 2 little girls by herself. I still don't fucking know how she did it or how she's not more insane, but she did. And when he was passing, her idea was to get this enormous stereo system so he could listen to music, because apparently my dad loved music. He was very passionate about like Led Zeppelin and good visceral kind of rock and shit like that. So she bought this stereo system that, like, this was the 90s, so nowadays it's not that nice, but it was in 3 huge glass boxes, like wood boxes with glass doors on them, cases, and it was like, you know, every receiver weird part of it ever, and these 2 huge speakers, and she would just put this amazing music on and blast it all day, because our house was the main office of the motel was attached to our house, and then it was like a hunter motel. It was like a one level, like rooms 1 through 15, no room 13 because, you know, superstitions. just a hunter's hotel. It was nothing big or anything, but she would blast the music so she could hear it in the motel rooms while she was cleaning. 'Cause she was also the maid. She didn't hire anybody. She did everything. She's crazy. I still don't know how she did this. But she would blast it. And so that was our environment for so long. I think music is everything. I think it can, like, as a kid, like, using it to feel less shitty about your dad dying in the living room. I now use it when I just feel shitty and it can bring me out of it. This is why I was like earlier today when Ashley, I don't know, Ashley, if you're still here lurking, when Ashley was like, man, I feel like I'm stagnant. She's raising like 5 kids to be human beings. Like, that's a job. I don't know how anyone does it. Has a time in her life where she does not talk nonstop. Actually, Miniman, dude, shocker, I'm like really quiet IRL. If I don't have anyone to talk to, I don't talk. Like, I'm all about the conversation, not just about speaking to be heard. I'm generally pretty fucking quiet, which shocks people. You know this. Zucarion or another neurodivergence. Yeah, autism likes sameness for some things, for instance. Autism's fascinating. I wish it would have been like more prevalently talked about when I was in college. An audiophile's dream, seriously. She still has that stereo system. She still uses it. It was a top in the notch. Like, it was thousands of dollars back then. I don't even know. My dad loved sound, got a surround system, surprised my sister and I with a stereo set. When he went into the hospital, then nursing home, we played music. That fucking fruit fly. And he tried to keep him stimulated. Yep, ours was like 70s rock. My dad was he was 8 years older than my mom. So, hold on, let me do the math. He's been dead 26 years. He's been dead 26 years now. Wow. Whoa. But so he was so my mom was in college in the 60s. He was in college in the 50s. So the 60s, 70s eras were kind of his music, but it was dope music. Like, I grew up on some good shit. And then my mom married my stepdad and it was all downhill. It was just pop country. Forever. That's all she ever listened to from that moment out. It was pretty crazy. Pixelated, same. I tend to stay in the background because I think this is just my theory, like, just evolving mentally as a 6-foot person most of my life. I try to blend in because I stick out no matter what. Even without blue hair, I stick out. And it's quiet as a way to blend in. Really, Robo? Yeah, it's interesting. Like, when I'm around people, I can talk for ages. I love to talk to people. But when I'm by myself, I generally don't have much to say. And I don't speak unless I do. Really. Bert and Ernie in your head? Oh, God. At least they're gay. Katie's big tarts? Excuse me? Wait, I have big tarts? Wait. Oh my God, you want to know a funny story? This is a funny story, Squeak. So, along with the music and everything. So my mom also got us a video camera during this time. Because she wanted some video of my dad alive so we could remember him. Because my sister was only 2 years old and I was 7. So we were very young. So she bought a video camera, but my mom, bless her heart, she can save your life. She's a respiratory therapist, has been for 80 years. Like, she's incredible. But anywhere else in the world, she's like, she is just ditzy as fuck. And so when she went to record, she wasn't recording anything. And then she would set this video camera down on the table and it would still be recording. So we have countless hours of like this view of like the side of a laundry basket. And every once in a while you see my mom's mom jeans walk by and she's singing because all my aunts and all the women in my family sing opera and she hates them, but it's beautiful. Like, no music. She's just belting it out by herself like working at working the motel. Hours. It's real weird. We have so many of them. And I'm kind of glad. Like, it's nothing she wants to stick around, but I kind of like them. Katie, oh my God, season 10, stop it. I haven't seen it yet. Oh my God, I'm excited. You normally have big bearded guys around when you go to conventions. Well, the first one I went to, I didn't, and my ass was touched so many times inappropriately and unconsensually, I learned my lesson fast. That's awesome, Robo. I feel very fortunate my parents like music the way I do. That's probably why I always have it on, honestly. Pixelator, are you taking off? I love you, Honeybean. Have a good day. Allie, how are you? And the pup. I'm looking out for your card, I promise. I watch for it all the time. Oh my God, he had a stroke 20 years and died 6 years ago? Oh, I'm so sorry. My mom remarried some douchebag that gambled, did cocaine, had alcoholism, stole. Whoa. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I did take my joy. Everyone take your goddamn joy. Yeah, Allie, I scheduled my booster shot for the day after Christmas, so that'll be a fun. I hope it doesn't make me feel shitty, but you never know. Smoke your joy, take your joy, don't forget your joy. I gotta fix that alert. I'm gonna make myself a note. I just keep forgetting because I have so many other fucking things to get over to Stream Elements. I'm overwhelmed. Where am I posted? I found them. Yeah, the second shot didn't make me feel bad at all. Or no. The first shot didn't make me feel shitty. The second one knocked me out for 4 days. Booster, who knows? But it's better than COVID. I don't want to die. Wow, I have so many notes. Robo, I would never. I would never. I think people should be allowed to smoke on the job if they're not operating heavy machinery or saving lives. Fuck that shit. The fact that they even drug test for jobs that have nothing to do with it. As long as you ain't smoking at work, Jesus. It was like having a night of the flu. Guess I'll be gone on December 27th. Not taking a shower? Ew. Oh, you failed your P test. You had to take a P test? I think military should be able to smoke pot off the job. If you're not, like, actively working, you don't, like, if you're smoking weed, you can't stay high longer than 2 hours. It's impossible. I've tried. Like, what you do in your own time, as long as it doesn't affect your work and you're not, like, you know, hanging out with guns in your free time. I assume the military doesn't just sit around spinning rifles when they're bored. But that's just me. Alcohol is so much more dangerous, but so much more acceptable. Like, wouldn't you agree, Miniman? Like, soldiers in the military, like, if they could smoke instead of drink, I'm asking seriously. Like, I'm asking, do you think that would be better? I would think so. Alcohol can make people so volatile and so scary, and it's also poison. Like, it literally does kill you slowly if you drink too much. Went to his office and told him I failed it. He said, was it heroin? I said, hell no, just marijuana. He said, I'm from Canada. We just legalized it. Fuck, you have a nice boss. Hell yeah. The best code I used to write was after 12 to 24 beers. Dude, I do some of my best art when I'm high out of my mind. I'd rather pot be legal and booze be restricted, but they're both easy to get if you got a mind for it. Yeah, I'm not saying, like, we should make alcohol illegal. I think there's plenty of people who handle alcohol just fine. Your body is strong enough to clean you out if you don't drink every fucking day massive amounts. No shame to those who have an addiction, by the way. I don't believe in shaming people addicted to something. That's a bad thing to do. But, I mean, I don't know. I would think some stone soldiers relaxing after a rough day would be better than alcohol. But that's just me. I'm heading out for the day. Hope your jaw gets better. Thank you. I know. I hope I don't. If it lasts more than 3 days, I will go to the hospital because who knows? You never know what's going on. I don't want to have some, like, fucking festering, like, tooth thing or something. And drinking is so scary and sad to watch someone go down that path. You don't even become the same person. I'm sure you've watched that a lot. My heart breaks for you. I've saved so many people from getting their career taken away. Seriously? I mean, I know you're an amazing person, but you are such a good person, Miniman. Like, seriously. Pot's so much better. Dude, nameless. I feel it. But also, I would never shame anyone for an addiction. Like, that shit is dumb. If someone tried to ban alcohol, I'd whine about it.
Help!
How dare you? Actually pretty good. I like it. I'll keep it. I mean, my whole family's dead due to alcohol. I'm still not anti-alcohol. I don't drink personally, but I just like pot better. I like puns. I'm not one of those uptight bitches who thinks I'm funnier than everybody else. Puns are funny. Help! Alcohol is sad. It makes me sad. Almost all my family's dead because of alcohol. Just drinking themselves to death. Seriously, just taking it way over the limit. You can completely have a drink once in a while and be totally fine. I did learn, however, that if you get the misnomer Asian glow, you are actually being poisoned. If you continue to drink after the Asian glow has taken over your body, if you know what that is, it's literally it's a reaction to grain alcohols that's genetic in a lot of Asian cultures and Asian people of Asian descent. It's killing you. It's hurting you. I didn't know that. I thought it was just a weird reaction, but I learned recently it is not. The labia in the wind. I have it. I just haven't put it on a button yet because all my buttons are full. I gotta look at their descriptions and see which ones I want to take off. I get biffle same. I get really sleepy when I drink and my pussy goes numb. I imagine it's like the equivalent of whiskey dick, but the moment I'm kind of buzzed, like fucking's out of the question. I won't feel anything. It's horrible. I get so frustrated. It's the worst. Sounds like kidney failure, right? I go through about a 12-pack a day. Used to be more, but I stopped drinking hard alcohol. I'm very proud of you. That's hard. Usually, literally, my dad did the opposite. He would do the 12-pack a day and then went to hard alcohol. And my mom said by the time he got his hepatitis diagnosis, he was drinking like a handle, like a half gallon of vodka a day. And he was so out of his mind, he would hide it in the wash machine or the dryer where my mom did the entire motel's laundry. She'd find the empty half gallon of like fucking Monarchs or something in there. It was crazy. It's like whiskey dick. I mean, it sucks. Like she functions, but I can't feel anything. And I'm like, this is pointless. You glow from drinking? No, I'm not Asian, but some Asian people, it's a literal genetic thing. People of Asian descent, their skin will become red and they'll start to swell. Their hands will swell really bad so they can't get their rings off and their face turns really pink just from one drink. I'm not talking getting obliterated. Like a sip and this happens. But a lot of younger people will be like, oh, it's just the Asian glow. That's what we all used to call it in college, but it's actually like a poisonous reaction. I have people sitting in the middle of the street waiting for a ride. I've had 2 people fighting in a space and literally looked like a murder scene. I've seen people walk away from a car wreck when they should not have walked away, and their first thought is, I need a drink. I mean, I've never been addicted to something, so I can't say I get it, but I've seen it so many hundreds of thousands of fucking times in the hospital and stuff. Like, I do get it. It's the same as overeating and being obese. Like, food is an addiction. It's all here. Like, any addiction we get, like, it's not the thing we're addicted to. It's all here. And it's so not accepted to, like, ask for help or go seek help. And, like, it's not, I mean, when I worked at Johns Hopkins, I didn't even have psych insurance. It's kind of crazy. I've been subbed to Dance Gaming for 106 months. I'm infected with the puns. Dude, I love Dance Gaming, though. I think puns are funny. I worked with, like, a bunch of dads most of my life, and they would just throw dad jokes at me all day. It was hilarious. Dead vag, yes. Oh, my God. Wait, it's like, oh, God, what's it called? Rigor mortis? Rigavaginitis or something? I don't know. It's terrible. I come from a family of alcoholics, watched both my parents drink all day. Really? Are your parents still alive? That's a morbid question. I'm a morbid person. It is. It's all in our head. There's a really corny lyric by Beyonce, but I take it everywhere with me go. Everywhere I go, it was the soul that needs a surgery. It's true. Everything we think is wrong with us on the outside, we're fucked up on the inside. That's why I say I'd rather hurt my kidneys with my Adderall than go crazy without my Adderall. Because I don't give a fuck about my kidneys' health if my brain doesn't work. Of them getting drunk from one shot and all getting red and horny nosebleed, yeah, it's not that extreme. They don't get drunk that fast. It's like getting hives or something, but it's their whole body. We don't need Pun Day Monday anywhere but Dan's chat. Thank God Mondays are my day off. I love a good pun, but they can go overboard. There's bad puns. Like, I'm not one to be like, all puns are great. Like, there are some where people are obviously trying too hard, but some are great. Oh, one of my dogs just farted and it smells so bad. No. Bliffle, because there's like this arrogance among comedians and entertainers that in order for it to be funny, it must have been clever and well constructed. And it's like, absolutely not. Like, some things are base as fuck and very funny. And you're allowed to laugh. Like, why would you ever turn down laughing? Is it 420? Hold on. Fuck yeah. Almost. Cheers, Viata. We will. I want to take a break after 420, obviously. But, well, I don't know. Both dead. Yeah, that was my dad too. My dad died when he was only, this is actually kind of a creepy fact. He was 49 years old and he died in the 49er motel. Hello, Ziel. How are you, love? Cheers, Viata, my love. Are you working today? Cheers. Absolutely, Jack. Like, it's kind of like food. Like, the more simple the ingredients, the better it usually is. You don't need to be so complicated for things to be funny. There are people who construct, like, comedy, like, George Carlin. He constructed literary genius. But some people are just good on the fly. I'm very pro improv as an improv person myself. I like when people can come up with it on the fly. I'm very impressed. My mom actually died on 420. Oh my God. On Earth Day? Is she Mother Earth? My dad died on Thanksgiving. So I think holidays, people just like it. They're like, I made it. You know? Carlin versus Bill Hicks. How dare you? Yes. The Comcast finally restored service after the wind apocalypse. We're still suffering the wind apocalypse. It was wild here. I had so much trash from other people in my yard. Made what? Dinner? Bill Hicks is amazing. But like, George Carlin's my hero. And I'm definitely going to see him in hell someday, and I don't want to be beat up. Random make you think question time. Oh God. If you had to only choose one type of your pets, dog, spiders, gecko, etc., which one would you choose? Spiders. 100%. They require nothing of me. Nothing. They, in fact, don't want me around. But I do it for their own good. Spiders. I would never get rid of my dogs. I love my dogs. But if I had to pick one, my dogs are like children. Like, you guys don't see me in the evening. In the morning, I'm like, oh, you guys are so cute. You're zapping me. Ha ha ha. But by 8 p.m., I want to kick them in the face. Like, I am locking them outside and breathing heavy in the kitchen. They're children. They never are not at my feet, at my side, knocking into me, howling, jumping, playing, licking, sucking, something. It's, I mean, just 24/7, all the time. I am never not with them, and I do kind of crack at a point. But I don't beat my dogs. I would never abuse my dogs. I just put them outside and I walk away from them, or I go on a run where they are not. But literally, I mean, they're this, which is great, but it's just nonstop. It's like having toddlers, but they never go away and never nap. Robin Williams versus Richard Pryor. I have to say Robin Williams, but again, how fucking dare you? It's relentless. That's an amazing word for it. It is literally relentless. It drives me in the evening, I'm done. I'm done with the dogs now. I'm done. And it's like a kid, you can like put up with some Legos and walk away, and the kid will probably pay attention to the Legos for a little bit. My dogs will not. They are at my feet 24/7 all day. I get up to walk to the kitchen 5 feet. They get up and follow and sit at my feet. I get up to come back. My house is not big. They are there. And at a certain point in the day, I am tired of walking through dogs. I just kind of crack a little bit. You guys would choose Richard Pryor. I grew up with Robin Williams. Like, that was my childhood. I still watch so many Robin Williams movies. He was such a genius. Grew 2 tiny humans into big humans. I wanted to run away to the circus when they were little. I feel that. And the pro with dogs is you can lock them outside. You can't do that with kids. It's not very kind, and people will call the cops. I won't be mean. I'll take spiders. I would never, I would die before I'd let my dogs die. I love them more than anything, but they just need so much attention all the time. And I can ignore spiders for weeks. He never made me laugh like Pryor did. I think I like Robin. Well, okay, if we're talking in terms of comedy, I'd go with Pryor because Pryor definitely makes me laugh and cry more than Robin Williams ever did. Robin Williams just makes me feel warm heart feels. I like him as a person. His in general acting and stuff because he makes me so happy. Oh my god, I was packing a bowl. It's 4:20. Stop it. I'm gonna. Oh my god, I don't have any weed crown. I'm the worst. Here's some food spiders. See you next season. Seriously. Like a couple of my spiders, Miniman, they bury themselves for 6 months a year. 6 months. I do nothing. I put them in a closet and I check them once a week to see if they've come out. Like it's crazy fun to not have to take care of something. I'm getting there, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, I love Rodney Dangerfield. Rodney Dangerfield was a gift. The old comedy is so unique to anything we have. I really have to grind up weed. I'll hit 426. I'm sorry, I'm the worst streamer in the world. Like I almost feel like I was just thinking about this morning, and I don't know why I was thinking about it, but older comedy to me sometimes is funnier because they couldn't say as much as we can say nowadays. We get away with a lot saying whatever we want, like on Saturday Night Live and whatever. We can say a lot of shit that they just, saying tit was, you couldn't say breast. You couldn't have a black musician. They'd ban your show in the South, like things like that. So they had to get around comedy in a clever way that comedians nowadays, some do, but some, they're just blatantly foul, which is still funny. But there's something to be said about that delicate dance around topics that, if you could write it correctly, you could still be talking about the topic that wasn't allowed, but the people in charge were so dumb they didn't get it. Does that make sense? Exactly. The restrictions made people more creative, and I loved the way that they wrote, I guess. I look at that stuff and I'm like, oh, the old days. I wasn't even alive. I just grew up watching like Nick at Night at my grandparents' house. I know, that's why and Tricks behind me. These are my favorite moments with them, but it's if I got up, they would follow me wherever I went. No more. Oh, Mel, I'm sorry, honey. Are you growing any? He just looks at you. When I look at him, he'll make a noise, and then I look back and he'll do it again. Stop it. Your cat does that? He sleeps like that? Trick does sometimes. He's more often than not on his side, though. Seriously, Vissy, are they at your feet like 24/7 and make you want to vomit? Red Skeleton. Wait. Why do I know that name? I need a face. I need to put a face to that name. Would you go back in time with the knowledge you have now, but everyone you know and who knows you will completely forget you and never see them again? No. Nope. I'm doing okay. That's scary. Oh, Ninja Monkey, I love you, Honeybee, and have a good one. I'm going to send you a prior stand-up about being in the woods. Do it. I love that stuff. And I didn't, honestly, I'm not a huge fan, I would say, of Robin Williams' stand-up. He was kind of overtly foul. Funny at the time because it was right around the time where comedians were just like, fuck it, I'm going to say pussy on air. And everybody was like, ooh. But when you watch it nowadays, you're just like, okay. I love the thoughtful questions, Miniman. They make me think. They're fun. But no, people have asked, oh, that squeak was terrible. A similar question, like, would you go back and do things over? I kind of am okay with who I am. And I don't think I'd be the same. That squeak was horrific. I gotta clean my grinder. I would love to go back knowing all the things I know now, though. I'd be a genius. I'd probably ruin the world, though, somehow. I loved hearing the stories about him at the Comedy Store with the other comics. I love any interview of stand-ups talking about those days, like at, the Laugh Factory or something. Kills me. I love them. Have you ever seen The Aristocrats? Is it called The Aristocrats? Yeah, The Aristocrats. It's literally a video about a joke. It's a film. It's like an hour and a half long about one singular joke. And it's one of my favorite movies in the whole world simply because it's just showing all these really old-ass comedians. Most of them are even dead nowadays. It's one of the best movies. Please watch. Not to be to be mistaken for the Aristocats, the Aristocrats. Bob Saget. Robo, get out of my head. Literally, I fell in love with him that moment. I'd never ever seen that show. He was on Full House. I didn't have a TV as a kid, remember. Never seen that show in my life. But I knew Bob Saget from Funniest Home Videos, and I was like, this is a corny virgin dude. Cool. Holy shit. No, he's not. Exactly, you could get worse. I mean, and that all the people I know today wouldn't know me and wouldn't be there. Like, how terrifying. There's so many people in my life I love. My bowl is ready. I'm ready for 426. You let me know when it happens. I'm actually ready. I'm mad because I have an ear infection. Oh no. ZL boo. I fucking hate. I used to get those as a kid, man. I have really small ears. Boo. I'm so sorry. Cheers to 426. Those of us who are never on time. Oh my god. Little black dress. Just imagine going back to the year 2000 with an iPhone. Let alone, oh yeah, there's going to be a worldwide pandemic and more than half the world is going to be okay with dying. A month? Oh my god. So you'd basically have to go to a clinic. That sucks. I know. Ayenia, you know, my mom, she's not a conspiracy theorist, but because she worked at the hospital, the hospitals did have to go into like an emergency situation because so the whole thing with the year 2000, for those of you who are young or don't know because you're not American, I don't even know if this was in other countries, but in America, everybody thought that when the year 2000 would hit, all the computers in the world would not know what to do because they were coded to do 19 and then, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. But they had no idea how to roll over into 2000. And while to most people that seems ridiculous, hospitals are run by machines. They're run by computers. So if every single computer would have shut down, every life support machine would have shut down. Every single baby warmer would have shut down. Like everything. And even the slight possibility of like a hacker group doing that or, crazies bombing a hospital because it's Y2K, they had to go into like an emergency response and stack water and have like an underground safety, whatever. And so my mom was actually stocking water at our home. And I didn't realize it until literally New Year's Eve that we had probably 50-liter like soda bottles full of water in our pantry. I was like, Mom, why? I had no idea. I'm sweating. Oh my god, sales. Did you ever see bless Dane Cook back when he was funny? He had a bit about going back to the moment he was conceived and slapping his dad on the ass and be like, Dad, it's me, your son. It was fucking hilarious. Sometimes I take a really big hit and sweat. Dot Gomez. Social distanced hugs. Welcome to chat. I got to see what happens when a weed packer fumbles a bud and it hits the floor. What happened? Oh my god, what happens? Oh my god, do I even want to know? Do I even want to know what happens to weed that touches the floor? Do I even want to know? My last ear infection, I've had 2, was god awful. They're always awful, I think. Mine were terrible too. I couldn't have anything stronger than Panadol because a suspected but never tested morphine codeine allergy. What? I was in so much pain. Oh my god, and it flared up your cerebral palsy. My neck sprained itself and I ended up chipping a tooth. Misery. Oh my god. Oh no. No, thank you. I'm so sorry. The Y2K shit? Oh yeah, Y2K was big here. And then New Year's Eve, because my family's very white trash redneck, they literally were setting off like pipe bombs and shit in our backyard. Like, I just have this image in my head of all the kids. We were all riding dirt bikes off the jumps, and then there were just these massive homemade fireworks going off, and everybody was blitzed, like, so drunk. Every single adult. Everyone. It was a bad night. That's most holidays at my family, though, to be honest. I was playing StarCraft, eating crackers and cheese. I think I literally just went to bed. My family's never stayed up for midnight or anything. It's terrible. Oh my God. Okay, so this is what happens at a weed store if a packer drops a bud on the floor. They put it in a food processor with coffee and ISO and make yuck out of it and throw it away. That is so sad. My stoner heart, same. What? Oh, I know. Well, Dot, you weren't here earlier. They've been fucking hellions all day. Like, they've been battling under my desk. They're standard poodles. And they're very big. I'm about 6 feet tall, so they don't look as big as they are. But they're huge. They're really big dogs. And when they have I call it the beans, they just go into psycho mode. This is my favorite. I love when they just knock the fuck out. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not above smoking floor weed. Dude, I would have bought it. I would buy floor weed. You're setting it on fire. The fuck? People eat shit off the floor. What up, Smooth? How are you, love? But because of state compliance and what the fuck ever, I believe it. Like, in order to stay open, I imagine they do a lot of shit like that. Like, when it expires, I don't even, oh God, what they do to it when it expires. I don't even want to know. Dude, it was almost 22 years ago, Dead Kel. Almost 22 years ago. And I can still remember it. It's very strange that I can remember things 22 years ago. Because gov reasons, seriously. Oh, yeah. Can you see her creepy ass eye? Like that weird third eyelid is closed, so it's just like pink muscle. Creepy. I know, Sales. I'm here to age the fuck out of you, bro. You're in it with me. Seriously, though. Can I trademark floor weed? I'm saying you should, because people would buy floor weed. You know how many times I've literally combed weed out of my carpet? It goes without saying, I don't have any means of finding it outside of pharmacies. Certainly not in the state. I mean, yeah. I know where you're at, Marcos, which is very interesting to me. Are there any movements to legalize weed there? Or are they pretty much just like, fuck it? Hello, Tara, my love. How are you? Seeing without sight. That eyelid is creepy. Oh, Kelty, your Nana passed away. Oh, my heart. I sent her so many loves, though. So, even if she may not have been cognizant to tell you, I'm hoping she felt it. I'm so sorry your Nana passed, Honey Bean. It's the worst. I lost an uncle this past week due to COVID, though, so not as bad. He was a dumbass, and your Nana was a love. Oh, Mel. Oh, I'm excited to see them. Thank you. I can't even estimate how many times I've actually smoked. Oh, dude. You know how many milli hairs I smoked, Kinger? It's disgusting. I just found out my insurance doesn't cover my vitamin D, and I'm deficient, so I need it. Wait. What? Why won't they cover it? It's so cheap. I'm in a dark, foggy cloud of shitballs. I'm pretty good. My jaw hurts, which is a little depressing, but other than that, I'm doing all right. But you know what's funny? Her funeral will be on her birthday, January 26th, so at least I can smile at that. That's kind of absolutely perfect. Literally, she's like a butterfly. She's that is the most full circle life. How old was she, Kelty? Would you give up weed or orgasms? Weed. And that's saying a lot. I'm sweating even thinking about it. But weed. Standard poodle, but here it's called big poodle. Well, some of them call them super poodles. I don't know why. I mean, there are tiny poodles. They're usually very yappy and not as smart. Vitamin D is sold on the shelves. It's sold on the shelves here too, but it can be really expensive, like $50 a bottle. Probably why, if it's cheap, well, in medical terms, it's cheap. You would think insurance would be okay with it, but never underestimate the shortcomings of insurance companies. What a question. Weed, easy choice. Yeah, for me, like, they kind of they serve the same purpose, but one is just much more accessible and easier to do in public. Thank you, Joker, for ruining all of chat's day. I wouldn't give up weed. I just know from experience I'm totally fine without weed, honestly. Because usually when I do my trips abroad, like go to Thailand, I don't smoke weed the whole time. I go totally dry and just let myself have a tea break, and I'm fine after like 2 days. Didn't your mama tell you not to do orgasms in public? I would never on purpose. I have to take vitamin D for the rest of my life too, and my insurance won't cover it either. They can be the pure real vitamins like vitamin D, vitamin B can be really expensive. It's kind of dumb. Regarding the vitamin D thing, it's super common for insurance companies not to cover OTC items. You have to wage war with the insurance companies to get it to go through. Really? That's so shitty. Thank you, Moldy Butt. I never worked on the insurance side, but I did see the charges I was putting through on the medical side, and holy shit. I want to see 86. Damn, that's a good life. Do you think she led a pretty good life, Kelty? I'd be very happy to make it, that long. Easy weed, I don't smoke. Yeah, that's the reason, sales. D-Moist, how are you, love? You know, when my mom got breast cancer, the doctor told us, myself included, because I was there at the appointment, he said that everyone should take vitamin D because none of us get enough. Imagine having the physicality of an orgasm but zero emotionality of it. You know, I've often wondered that, Murgle, about like women that are unfortunate enough to live in countries where they have female circumcision. Like, is that what it feels like with no clit? Like, imagine if someone literally cut the head of your dick off. But you could, like, I don't know. It's so horrific, but I've thought about that exact thing. Like, is that what happens? I don't know. I had to get script vitamin D to get it to the right level, but to keep it at the right level, I have to take it every day, and it isn't covered. Fuck that. They say that about everybody. They say that because my mom she's born and raised Pacific Northwest. They say that the doctor told us, the cancer doctor told us that the rates of breast cancer and of MS are
Blood orgy! Yay, blood orgy!
Are a fucking blood orgy. Ain't that the best I've ever seen in my life? It's fitting, to be fair. Motherfucking yep, pumpkinberry. Bitch. How are you, my love? I stalked the shit out of you recently. In the Twitch where we're supposed to, obviously. Hello, my lover. How are you? I guess it's like how male circumcision, that it's the fun part of it all. We're talking about female circumcision, and if those ladies can still come, what a great time for you guys to join us. What's your opinion? Not on female circumcision, the other part. Guys, if you don't know pumpkinberry, you must be very new, in which case, welcome. Please follow one of my favorite humans in existence. In the universe. I mean that literally. Pumpkinberry. We have done so many projects together. We're related by souls at this point, and she's hilarious. Please give her a follow. Hey, it's that other streamer I watch. You got good taste. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm trying to catch up. 2 days, Brad. What happened? Is someone bitching about being banned in my stream? Because we ban you for that. What's happening? I trust my co-stream friends' opinions of people usually. Are you a piece of shit?
Right. Basically.
Hydrate before you die. My lips are so dry. I do need to drink water. Oh my god, was Brad just being a douche? Cool. So we ban Brad. That's what we're saying? Because I can do it. No, I'm giving you shit. You fine. Thank you. He got modded and chaos ensued. Man, I hope it's if you clip it, does it show chat? It does, right? I hope you guys clipped this. I kind of want to see it. This is kind of amazing. Thank you. Thank you for the raid. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my stream. My name's ClassyKatie, and it's fucking cool to see all you motherfuckers. We literally were just talking about whether or not women, or, you know, I don't like gendered language. I believe transgender men are men, transgender women are women, period, end of story. If you feel the need to argue, just step away from your keyboard, unplug it, do what you must. We don't want to hear it. But if clit-born people are unfortunate enough to live somewhere where there's female circumcision, as they call it, or cutting the clit off, can they come still? Or is it just like rubbing one out forever? Brad, why you gotta be such a dick? I'm genuinely curious. It's the most horrible thing you could do. I'm kind of against circumcision as well, but I mean, why are we still cutting up dicks? Nobody knows. The Bible? Holy shit, this is my love language, not female circumcision. But why not, though? Oh, bitch. Maybe through vaginal, if they're lucky enough. Most ovary born do not get off by peeing in the V, unfortunately. It's supposed to be there. I mean, people are still born with foreskins. You'd think it'd go away if we weren't supposed to have it. Honestly, like, this is no shame. Like, obviously, you guys had no choice about your dick, unless you elected to get circumcised as an adult, in which case I'd love to hear your story and whether or not it felt different before and after to masturbate. But anyways, I was watching Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and that tall, awkward dude that's the main dude in it shows his dick off a couple times, and I actually thought something was wrong because it's circumcised. I've become like, what happened to that one? That's what happens when you live with someone who's got a little tube snake. Any progress on my Nocturne tat? No. So it was like $1,900 for as much as I got done, so I got to save up. She's pricey. I got long legs. It's a lot of ink. No, it looks really good though. Thank you. I love it. I look at it all the time, and I just sit there and think of the show. Like, we talk about it almost every single day. The magic of the crew, I think. We compare it to a lot of things. Every time something else is like coincidentally magical, we're like, kind of like the Nocturne crew, right? Right. It's weird. Well, Knives, you said you didn't want to see it till it was done, so like, it's very expensive because it's my entire leg, and like, I got big legs, like long. Also, how the hell was cutting in the Bible? Not like they had it. Oh, do you want to know? I mean, I know the exact story of where it originated in the Bible because last year, 2020, we decided to read the Bible on stream every Sunday. It was a terrible experience. But I can tell you the exact story where circumcision came from. It was all like a trick. And then we made it a sacrament. It's crazy. I'm a recovering Catholic. It's fine. I was abused with religion. Go on for several miles. It's true. I mean, really, they're just wrapped up under me in the basement. It's crazy. Thank you for that follow. Welcome to my channel. It was, I don't remember the names. I'm really bad with remembering names, but it was a dude raped a princess. And then after he raped the princess, he was like, well, maybe I'll marry her. And the princess's dad, who was the king of the neighboring kingdom, was like, okay, but if you want to marry my daughter who you just raped, you and all your kingdom have to get circumcised because it's a sacrament. The Bible says so. And this other guy was kind of ignorant. He was like, okay. So him and his entire city cut up their wee-wees on the same day. And on that day, the king with the raped daughter just fucking massacred the whole city and burnt it to the ground. And then it became a sacrament, which we do. That's it. It was literally like a way to weaken an entire city of soldiers and kill them because their wee-wees were healing. But religion loves pain. 95% legs. I feel like it sometimes. Seriously. Like, I'm an alien. It's a problem. That's where circumcision came from. But nowadays, people are like, I don't want my kid's penis to look weird or be dirty. And I'm like, A, it was born, they're all made that way. They look beautiful. Like, teach him how to clean his penis. Or their penis, I should say. And now we decide to weaken everyone on purpose. Like, automatically. I know one of my mods, he hasn't been around for a bit because he's actually a dev. He's been working real hard lately. But his son was accidentally circumcised because they just do it so often. They didn't even look at the paperwork because him and his wife are just white. They were like, oh, they'll just do it. Like a fucking conveyor belt. We don't always talk about foreskins. I don't even know where this came from, but I'm genuinely curious about people that get their nanas cut up. I don't know. Clean your penis. Like, just like the rest of your body. I don't know. Just like my thoughts. Really, Zelda? Thank you. It's so bright. Sometimes I kind of think I look a little bit like a clown. But I'm 50% legs. Well, hold on. My legs are twice the length of my torso. So would that mean I'm like 2/3 legs? I'm even more. 2/3. He sued. They made a lot of money off of it. But his kid, I mean, you can never put the foreskin back. And now the sad part to him was he's not circumcised. So his kid is like, why does my penis look different than my dad's? And that's been a conversation in the kid's whole childhood, which is sad. Like, I don't know. Clean your penis. It's the best piece of advice I can give you. And wear sunscreen. If you cut it off as a baby, you can't be tricked into doing it later. Dude, I know a man who did it as an adult. He was just so bullied by other dudes, which is, gay. As many faults as my father has, I truly thank him for telling them not to circumcise me. I mean, it's everyone's personal choice, and I don't think it hurts people to circumcise them. Most of the time, there are freak accidents. I just don't understand the reasoning behind it anymore. We're still, I mean, babies, since the Bible was written, which we still don't, many years ago-ish, who knows, are still being born with foreskins, which leads me to believe they're probably supposed to be there. Look like a pixie of some sort? Thank you. I've been compared to a pixie many times in my life because I'm kind of a bitch. Or brat, or whatever. What would you call a pixie? I'm a troublemaker. My jaw hurts. Dad was a surgeon. Yeah, you have no choice. Your penis is beautiful and it should get sucked. As long as you're cleaning it, maintaining it, and everything's consensual, I don't think the state of your foreskin should dictate whether or not someone loves all over your pee-pee. Period. I don't want anyone to feel shame about your pee-pee. It works just fine. I wouldn't cut up my kid's pee-pee. I'm like Tinkerbell in Hook when she blows up. But I got stuck. Can I ask about, Vissy? Vissy. They prefer, okay, so Tweep, so I'm just going to say it, no shame to anybody. Sex is way better if you're not cut, for me. There's so much less friction. All that skin, it's supposed to be there to help sex be, like, smooth and shit, you know? That's just me. I've had sex with both, many. I prefer uncut, but they all work. A penis is a penis is a penis. I've seen thousands in my job as a medical professional, not in my personal life. Thanks. Not all pixies or fairies are bitches. I always thought, I mean, every, like, old literature and poem and shit you read, they're always kind of like shitheads. I feel bad. Me too. I was like, dude, like, when I was in high school, we were way too wrapped up in our own body to ever even point out, like, some girls talk shit behind other girls' backs. Like, some girls are just bitches. But I was so hyper-focused on, like, oh my god, boobs and hips. Like, what do I do with this? I didn't even look at other people's bodies. And these guys bullied his dick? What the fuck? I know, Taz, literally, they've been shits all fucking day. Literally raising hell. The Fae is not to be trusted, see? That's what I've heard. Like, everything I read. If you lose your foreskin, you put it under the pillow. Katie comes and takes during the night. I'm going to write down foreskin fairy. That's too good. Did you come up with foreskin fairy all on your own? I definitely don't do that. Oh, it does kind of sound like South Park. It's genius. It's now canon. I mean, we've made it true. And your dad was cut. So confusing. I mean, I'm glad my mom's naked body looks like my naked body. At least similar. Like, there was nothing, like, cut up or removed. So I was like, all right. Like, yes, I'm twice your size, but we're about the same. I do enjoy horror movies and stories about how fae were actually represented in the old days. Me too. I love I think they should remake all the Disney movies as the realistic ones. Like in Cinderella, the stepsisters cut all their toes off to jam their stubs into the glass slipper. That is some metal dedication. What did Cinderella do? Be pretty. Bitch. Little Mermaid literally, like, turns into sea foam and washes away into nothingness because the prince says, fuck you, ho, use a fish. Bitch. So much better. Disney ruins everything. Katie's next RP character. Dude, I'm going to make a fucking foreskin fairy. Someone said foreskin pixie. Stop it. The foreskin fairy's fucking hilarious. I'm going to make this into something. I'm doing something with this idea. We've made it canon. It happened here. I'll be around Twitch. Oh, Robo. I love you, honey boo boo. Thank you so much for coming, saying hi, and let me know you're alive, love. That's the real version. From what I understand, bitch. From what I hear, Seafoam can become Nordic gods. I think, wasn't it Aphrodite is born when Zeus cuts off Kronos' balls and throws them into the ocean, and the blood drops into the ocean and boils? His ball blood boils in the ocean, and then Aphrodite's like, bitch, you like love? Earth. It's wild. Amen, Vissy. Can the foreskin fairy carry around a basket? What would a foreskin fairy carry around? It's got to be something soft, because I imagine foreskins are, like, wrinkly and sad and need to stay moist. Kind of like, have you ever seen, like, a vag rejuvenation? Like, the little piece of lab cut off? I imagine it looks kind of like that. Why do I drink water in here? I can't choke every time. Dude, you know how much fucking water I spit every day? It's crazy. You guys make me laugh like I'm gonna test it. I don't remember the original Snow White. I was trying to remember that one. I have it. I have a really cool old version of the Grimm's Fairy Tales that I found at a used bookstore in Baltimore. The basket is the taint-gina. Stop it. But what would it look like? Like a braided handle of pubes and just like this soft taint-gina that all of the little foreskins of all the unfortunate babies of the world rest upon before they go to heaven. The one about the wife and the cheese wheel. Which one is that? Wait. Is that like the woman in the old shoe, but she lives in a cheese wheel? That sounds familiar. I gotta read it again. So I have it. The only reason I have it is because my biological dad was very into books. He was a very cerebral and intellectual man, even though a massive alcoholic and died. And when I was a kid, apparently, I took his copy, his like old, nice copy of the book, and just drew in it with markers. So I bought a really nice version for my mom, and she was like, I don't want it, so I kept it. But I'd love to read it. Guillermo Del Toro, dude, Guillermo Del Toro could learn some shit from me and my brain and from the ER. Shit is wild. Imagine like labia hands with eyes in them. Coming for your foreskins. What would it look like? Explains it in great detail. Says it's still not. Do you see wings? Come on. Where would I put those? I need to sleep tonight. You'll sleep, but you might not rest. I don't remember the cheese wheel one. I gotta read him again. I do often get inspired by little black dresses, so it tracks. Dude, finding a good little black dress is honestly one of the challenges I believe most dress-wearing humans will have their entire life till we die. You played Mortician's Assistant? No, is that out? That's on my wish list. Stop it. Did that come out? I should have gotten an email. I'm gonna write it down if it's out. Because that's on my wish list. I want to play it so bad. I want to know. Oh, I'm writing it down. Oh, bitch. I probably have an email I just haven't seen yet. Oh, I'm so excited. Hold on. I know what we're doing tomorrow, bitches. We're going to cut up dead bodies, and I'm going to be way nerdy. If you just are here for laughs, tomorrow won't be the day, because I'm going to point out everything, because I can't help it. Is it good? Do you actually get to, like, cut up bodies and see the insides and shit? Because I'll be labeling it. I can't not. Maybe you store them in your legs. You never know with the Tricky Fae. I mean, our emblem is an anus wizard, and we put wings on our butts. If anything, I would have probably wings on my, like, hips or something. She's a klutzy person, and due to a cheese wheel dropping, she caused the total destruction of a village. Did I not read that? You know what? My parents probably didn't read that to me because they were like, that's too much like her. We shouldn't do this. We shouldn't encourage this behavior. I'm going to have to look for it. Is it? Oh, man. Do you really want the answer? I want to wait and find out. Let me wait and find out. Because then I can bitch about it, and I'll just make up the parts. And I'll be like, well, they didn't add this part, and they didn't add this part, and they could have just paid me $5 an hour to tell them the parts. I could have painted the parts. I could have drawn the parts. Just saying, artist, medical professional. I'm already pre-bitching. Even if it's a demo, I'd love to play the demo. It looks like it's going to be hilarious. I almost was a mortician, seriously. Like, I found out you had to work alone, and you had to join, like, a family's mortuary. That was the reason I didn't go into it. I was almost mortician. Shit is fascinating. Wings on the butt makes pants very difficult to wear, which is why I don't even think I own any pants. I own leggings, but, like, jeans or slacks, I don't think I even own any anymore. I've grown out of that phase of my life, trying to squeeze into shit that's just not going to happen. Spring of 2020. Hey, I want to play the demo. The demo looks awesome, honestly. I mean, the game looks awesome. I would like to play the demo. Excuse me. I have not seen the demo. It's one of the more less known Grimm stories, but it got one of those half German, half other language books. Oh, I like those books. Is it like an old one? Like the book you got, I mean. Do you think you would have been happy as a mortician? No. You are a salesman. I would have been very successful. Not to toot my own horn, I'm an incredible salesperson. I worked at Lowe's and accidentally sold shit all the time. I can just talk people into stuff before I knew the evils of, the economy and whatnot. I don't do that anymore. But I would be miserable. It's just selling. It's just like all of your money comes from the coffins and the what's it called when they toast you? Cremation, upselling on funeral costs. I don't want to, thank you, yes. I don't want to benefit off people's sorrow. And can you imagine being a mortician during COVID? I was talking to one of the nurses at Hopkins the other day that I used to work with, and he was telling me what they have to do with bodies that die of COVID now. It's sick. I've told y'all what I used to do. You roll them to a morgue. That's it. You close the freezer door. It is not that way anymore. It's crazy. Like immediate cremation for these bodies. Like you dump them like a fire. Like
Hail Satan! Hail Satan!
PB rated us with her lovely community and said hi. Everybody follow my friend Pumpkinberry again. Not to be weird and needy, but she really is amazing. Who ruined a magical dwarf? Who ruined? What do you mean by ruined? 1940s? Oh, I love that. That was my favorite part about living in Baltimore was so many cool old bookstores. You'd find treasures on accident. I can't even fathom. Like, I cannot imagine what they're doing. The way they describe it. It sounds horrific. There are also other options, but their availability depends on where you live. You can be composted. Yeah, I've read about that. There's very few states that will let you, like, break beyond the bounds of normal cremation or burial in a sanctified graveyard or whatever. But some places will let you do, like, those Tibetan ones where you get to be put on a hill and let vultures eat your body. I'd much rather decompose in a forest. I don't need anybody fucking crying over a rock. They really push spending as much as possible now since the government gives you $9K towards COVID funerals. Shut the fuck up. What? Is it insensitive of me to think that's a little bullshittery?
Welcome to the class hall.
Kill. Captain Ragtag with that motherfucking resub. Bitch.
Right. Basically.
Hail the Dank Lord, I love you.
My half-brother had his dad cremated. He put his ashes in the last bottle of Jack he got. What? Knowing his dad, he'd be pissed because the bottle was empty. I have a really creepy cremation joke, but I don't want to bring anyone, or not a joke, story. I just don't want to bring anyone down. It's gross. That's insane. So, I'd like to be a tree too. I've seen those. Those would be beautiful. I don't think I'm near death yet, but when I get there, I'll think about it. Back with the book in hand. Now, what the hell? The date is in Roman numerals. Good luck with that one, bitch.
Welcome to the class hall.
Lizzie, you silly fuck.
Help.
I love that one so much. Thank you for the resub, lover. Hydrate before you die straight because water is important and I live in a desert. Time check, thank you. Should I tell it? I'll tell it since it's the end of stream anyways. This will be my last story of the day. So, my dad died when I was 7. And we lived in Eastern Washington, not near any family at all. My mom's like last-ditch effort to sober him was to move to the middle of nowhere and buy a motel where he could just drink all day and work from home and no one could yell at him. And when he died, my mom was running a motel by herself in the middle of nowhere in Eastern Washington, so she wanted to sell it and get out of there as fast as possible. So she had him cremated, and she had him put in a brown plastic box. It would literally, like, it looked like a bread box, like an upright bread box with just a lid. And she taped a fucking penis. Oh, Kill, will you send me a link to his? Yeah, I would love to. Just snapped a picture on the front of it. And we kept that thing for years because my mom moves so fucking often. Every time we moved, she'd be like, okay, we're going to plant him under a tree at this house because we'll be at this house for a while and we can watch it grow. And then we would move and she would do it again. And then we would move and then she would do it again. And we kept his ashes till I was like, post me graduating high school and moving out. They still had them. But we had this just brown box sitting on top of a bookshelf with his picture smacked on it with tape on a bookshelf for years. And I could not tell you the reasoning behind why I did this or what my brain was telling me. But when friends would come over, I would be like, my dad's in that box. And they'd be like, no, he's not. And I would open it and show it to him. And if you opened it, there was a bag in there that concealed all the ashes and like lots of bone pieces. Because if you're really bone dense, it doesn't burn as much. And they would look at it and be like, sick. Is that actually your dad? I'd be like, yeah, but his mom kept his penis. My grandmother, mind you, my very Catholic grandmother, who was almost a nun, kept his penis. God knows if anyone believed it. I'm not a good liar, so I'm going to go with not at all. Probably. I don't know why I did this. Needs more cowbell. And on that note, I'm going to go rest my jaw because she's sore. But thank you from the bottom of my tingly taint gina for hanging out with me and my slightly shut mouth today. I'm sorry if I whined too much or whatever. I tried to keep my mouth still, but I'm very expressive. From the bottom, what do you think the bottom of a clit looks like? Oh, now I've got a Google search to do. I love you, PB. I was literally just talking about it. Like, I've finally reached that point where I haven't done RP long enough. I've been out of a show long enough that I start to itch and like cry about the friends in RP that I miss and love. But you know, eventually, wash your fucking hands, wash your foreskins and your penises because for some reason people are still cutting up baby penises because y'all are nasty. Do that. wash your hands, take your joy, and I will see you fuckers tomorrow. Yep. Go hang out with my literal friend Penis.
Ow.